What you're seeing right now is one of my favorite pieces of art ever. It's a short, looped 3D animation of a smiling sun. But where did it come from, and why does it even exist? And I'm not just asking that about this smiling sun, but also this odd smoking heart character, and this pirate dancing to the tune of his radio, or this flaming anthropomorphic baseball, this little low-resolution polar bear, this man spinning around a roulette wheel, this jester dancing in front of a princess, and a library of tens of thousands of other little animations. I've known of these things for well over a decade now, and I've always absolutely adored them. Whether they were looped over a song on YouTube, or stamped in the corners of some random old website, or tacked onto the side of a PowerPoint presentation I saw in school when I was like 7 years old. They've always given off this comforting, nostalgic, but odd, kind of uncanny feeling to me, with their mix of crude late 90s, early 2000s 3D modeling and unnatural stilted movements, but still honest and whimsical intentions. But I never actually knew where they came from. I'd always just taken these things for granted as bizarre little internet entities that spawn onto my screen once every few months before melting back into whatever algorithm they emerged from. And so I did just a little bit of digging and found out that actually these are all distributed and owned by the exact same company. These weird 3D GIFs all come from animationfactory.com.
Power their play with Iams High Protein.
When deciding to make live-action Moana, that means you have to cast live-action Moana. This is a character that is globally beloved. I'll never forget the day that Tommy, our director, called me and he said, "I found our Moana."
Getting to represent the Pacific Islands is something I've always dreamed of doing.
Katie, aloha, it's DJ. I cannot wait to work with you. We're gonna have the best time.
My family was definitely the first people to find out. I went to the car with my mom and we called all my siblings, we called my dad.
It is such a joy to see Catherine take on the life of this character, and my gosh, is she strong, is she beautiful, she's all of these things that we know and love about our main heroine.
Where's Dad? So excited.
From the second I met Katie, it just felt like
This is Animation Factory, the website all these GIFs come from. An online library of web graphics built for PowerPoint presentations, educational resources, personal and commercial web pages, or any sort of graphic design project someone is working on. And it's huge. The site's home to this early internet infinity of over 600,000 clip art images, stock videos, web graphics, PowerPoint templates and backgrounds, fonts and sounds, and of course their iconic 3D GIFs, organized into dozens of themes and subcategories and absurd hyper-specific niches. And for one of 3 yearly payments from Gold to Platinum to Pro, you could have all of this at your fingertips to use on whatever you want. Well, as long as you're following the rules, that is. Rules that get less and less strict the more you pay. But before we get into the obscure, twisting timeline of this platform, up to it now being basically discontinued, or all the little production and distribution details of the animations, and even a conversation I had with Animation Factory staff, why does this actually exist? Well, it's 1987, and the GIF was just born. The Graphics Interchange Format, or GIF, was created by Steve Wilhite and his team at the now long-defunct CompuServe, and the objective of the GIF was simple: create an image format that could be efficiently used over the agonizingly slow dial-up connections and primitive phone lines of the time. I mean, most online services back then were text-based. Actual images were a luxury, and CompuServe needed a way to display color images without them taking forever to download. And so we got the GIF, still in use almost 4 decades later. A format with efficient compression and universal browser support, if a fairly limited palette of just 256 colors. But if you tried to put together an Animation Factory classic back then, like, I don't know, anthropomorphic liver chugging beer, or Bigfoot chasing random guy, or even something a lot simpler like this rudimentary yellow smiley face, you would have got results instead like these. Yeah, see, in the early days of the World Wide Web, GIFs were mostly used as static images. Their small file sizes and reliability made them ideal for things like logos and graphics, or simple illustrations and diagrams, transparent buttons and overlays, and even some early loading indicators and progress bars for people's websites. But when there was animation with early GIFs, they played just once, ending on the last frame and becoming static. That needed to change. See, GIFs weren't originally meant to move at all, actually, but they've always technically been able to. The GIF format stores multiple images in its one file, and naturally that led people to use those multiple images as the frames of an animation, but with no mechanism to repeat that animation yet. And so, in September 1995, 8 years after the GIF's inception, Netscape implemented the Netscape application block. A block here basically being like an instruction you could add to a GIF's data, with Netscape's block telling a GIF to repeat its animation a set amount of times, anywhere from 1 time to 65,535 times to be exact. Or if you would just enter the number 0, it would repeat infinitely. And so the endlessly looping GIF as we now know it was created. And the following years would see the internet develop from this archaic text-based information dump to a mesmerizing cosmos of personal, pointless little homepages and charming cobbled together websites, all decorated with plenty of GIFs. Under construction signs, spying eyes, spinning email icons in 3D titles, pixel art animals, tiny little low resolution sprites for anything you could imagine, Homer Simpson entering 3D, banners and bumpers and rainbow bars and rotating grayscale cubes with your own face on every side, a background made of birds, hovering crescent moons, more under construction signs, stoner dragons and wizards, flags and planets and butterflies and fire and fish, swimming around the just sprawling, impossible computerscape that was the internet of the mid to late 90s. This nebula of sites and blogs and pages about fishing trips, or Dungeons and Dragons, or dating lives, or mathematics and science, or stone sculptures of animals, or just some random person you'll never know writing up a recount of all the holidays they've been on around the world. All of course filled to the brim with clip art, gorgeous early computer graphics, low resolution images and photos, eye-strainingly incoherent color schemes, and blocks of text, and
when you love your dog like crazy, you make sure their food is
GIFs, GIFs, and more GIFs. There was a demand for animated GIFs now, for little beeping, buzzing buttons and signposts and spinning symbols and emblems and badges and wacky little moving characters and animals and elements to decorate your site with, to explore this exciting new medium of personal expression with. And just as there was a demand for photos and still images for the same purpose, there was now a demand for GIFs, which did something still graphics couldn't in adding actual movement to a page. Pair this with businesses and schools also moving towards digital presentations with platforms like PowerPoint, and that demand was real. There was a big market here, both personally and commercially, and companies and services are, of course, made to capitalize on demands. So in 1996, the internet's new one-stop shop for all things GIF was founded. Enter Animation Factory. Animation Factory was founded by 2 animators, Art Holden and Jim Maloney, and for the next few years, it would act as a storefront for the animations they were already producing with their own
Countdown.
studio.
Alright, I'm just gonna pause it here. GIF is my favorite image format. Fun fact for y'all. That's why I wanted to watch this. But also, hello, Putrid Being. Thank you for actually being first. I like that emote. Hello, Friendly Friend. Hello, Tantrum. Yes, surprise stream indeed. I hate ads. I also want to say that. And hello, Eldergoth and Friendly Friend. Today, I wasn't supposed to be online, but my mother decided to go and get the router from the nearest Spectrum shop that she could, which was 30 miles away, but it was still worth it. So now I have internet. Yesterday, the power cable very likely shorted. I think we need to get a power strip in general, a surge protector specifically, not just an extension cable. And we'll be able to, like, keep it safe from then on. Yes, thanks to Mama Lynx, exactly. I think that, oh, you know what? I don't know what she would want to be. And that was my energy drink. I honestly, I was considering not streaming at all. Mostly because I was like, you know what? I could just use this as a long day to do work on the Unreal project I'm doing. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to work. Hey, what are you doing in here, filler? You're supposed to be at Pride. How dare you? I hope you're having fun. Oh, okay, okay, I get it. This isn't Pride? You know what? Maybe. I do think, I think filler so far is the most active, unless you guys do go and you just don't say anything, like, to, like, inventions. Oh, you're home now! Oh, okay. Hey, speaking of Pride, thank you, Morgan, for the 36 months of subscriptions. You hate crowds, you're not staying for the whole thing. I also hate crowds. I'm typically someone who, like, I have a lot of social phobias. I don't like standing in lines. I don't like being in front of people when I'm in line. I don't like what is it called? Like, even when I'm walking in traffic, I'll walk behind the car that is parked at a stop sign. Used to, but America is scary. America is scary, true. Yes, you gotta be scarier. Shaping your narratives, true. Hates anyone named Crowds. Imagine having the name Crowd. Oh wait, Steven Crowder. But yeah, I'm very happy, Filler, that you actually go out there into Pride. How many of you guys ever have been to one of those things? I feel it's interesting. My mother has been to more than me, and that's like one. She's been to one, and I've never, I've never either. It seems like a fun time. Seems like it could be enjoyable. Of course, it depends on where you live, I guess. Yeah, it's like water phobic. That's why I don't take showers. I'm kidding, by the way. I feel like asking you guys what your favorite image format is because I love GIFs that much. I just like how efficient they are and the fact that you can animate them. That's pretty cool. Like, they're both images and their videos. How do I? I wait till the day that it rains and then I just stand outside. Basically just a rainbow theme festival, but with more speeches and drag queens. Oh, okay, okay. There are a lot of furries at Pride. Exactly. Again, that's why it's important to, like, I will always be the first person to defend a furry, because they are like the front lines. They're always going to be the easy target to pick on, and then they become a scapegoat, and then they become like permission slip. It's a gateway drug into bullying gay people, so I will not have it. Your ex was a furry. Furries exist. I don't know how obvious that pun was. Furries exist. I tend to, whenever I do wordplay, I tend to like say it so fast that like I kind of pretend I don't know what I did. It's something that like I've noticed. It's like part of my dry sense of humor. Some gay people are kind of interesting. Oh yeah, no, gay people like that's like that's actually, those people are the weakest link when it comes to the LGBT community. Like the people that are like, it's LGB, you gotta cut off the T. Those people are like, you shouldn't be friends with them. They're no better than like homophobic straight people. They're also in the group of people you should not interact with, in my opinion. And if they get like, what? I'm gay. That's really messed up. Like, don't. Just, they're stupid. That's what they are. They're not just gay. They're stupid. Like, that's like Dave Rubin levels of stupid. You know, I was thinking about this recently. Dave Rubin reminds me of like, he's like a stereotypical blonde joke. And he's neither blonde nor a girl, so he's not like the stereotype, but like that's what he reminds me of. He's that level of stupid. They said there are no gay people at Pride. They're still it's all trans furries and fake bisexuals. It's so weird. That definitely sounds bitter. Sounds like they're the incels of the gay community. Some furries are a part of the LGBTV community. I love that, LGTV. But have you considered the fact that they do not conform to the norm and therefore must shun them? True. LGBT gays who are transphobic have never played dominoes. Once that domino falls, that's not how you play dominoes. That's just people who don't know how to play dominoes will stack them up to knock them down. It's a board game, fun fact for you. Anyway, I do think that though, I can't stand it. I grew up in Arizona, and when I grew up in Arizona, there was a community for gay people. It was the LGB community. It wasn't until I moved to the East Coast that I learned about the LGBT community, and when I learned about that, I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe that Arizona's that messed up. They have an apology nowadays. I think it's a rather recent apology that they posted like in 2014 or something like that. But like, it's crazy. There's nothing wrong with making domino chains to knock down. True. Regular dominoes is a D tier game. Yeah, but it's a fun game to play with someone who's had a stroke. Actually, England loves tea, so you can't have the LGB without tea. And of course. I agree with that. Oh, oh wait, no, that doesn't matter. I was going to say something that I thought was important, but I guess it's not. Hold on, I'm just going to turn on something on my desk. Alright. But yeah, it's important to, like, anybody who tries to, like, cut out the T, people that want to cut out furries, they're falling victim to the divide and conquer concept. That's one of the reasons that the left is, in general, so fractured as it is. There's no unity. Is because so many people on the left say, I'm more left than you, right? I think a healthier perspective is, I'm not left enough. I want to be more left. That's what you should be saying. And I'm anti-authoritarianism, so I think I'm in a very healthy place for that. You've never had iced tea? It's pretty good. I would suggest you buy commercial store versions of it. You've never had Arizona iced tea? Do they even sell that in the UK? Should be LGT though. We don't need a British. Oh, okay. It stands for black. Right. Yeah, coalition doesn't seem to exist at all. I would love if I had more power in terms of like on streaming and stuff like that. I would love to like develop this coalition and like diffuse drama, because like again I was trained in middle school and then through high school like to like deal with peer mediation for like drama and whatnot, and although it seems like that's a weird thing to bring up, I think that it helps with like petty drama that can happen online. And when I say petty drama, I don't mean Ethan Klein. That guy is an idiot. No one's ruining his reputation as much as he is for himself. I just wanted to voice that. I'm woker than all of you. The woker, baby. Yes, you are. They will never know the mercy that God has given them by not giving me any power. Brutal dictator. I believe that. That's part of the being British, I think. Ever congratulated... Oh, who... Well, I actually posted in the Discord. I think this is the best way to see it. I think this person said, no one is jealous of the first trillionaire because no one is jealous of anyone who sits on Twitter all day retweeting racist stuff. The brokest dude I've ever met is spending his days the same way. And that's exactly right. Like, he's just amplifying his own racism, and he's just like his own insecurity that's coming out. Death to the dogs that bark at 10 p.m. Elon is such an idiot. I honestly can't stand the guy. Like, I would love to meet him just to, like, make fun of him until he punches me. I really think that I could get him that far. And if he doesn't hit me, then maybe I thought too low of him. But I really do think I would make fun of him until he hit me. You know what? Okay, Tantrum, I have a conspiracy theory on that. I want to believe that to be true, but I'm a little bit worried that he's actually cloning himself. I do think that he botched... I think he had a botched surgery down there. 100%, I do believe that. I've heard confirmation from various sources. But also, I think that he might be trying to clone himself. He's got no game, no witches. Stack of, I'm cracking some riches. Conservative will call rich people who criticize capitalism as hypocrites, but they'll call poor people who criticize capitalism as jealous. So I think basically they think the system is above criticism. Yeah, it's very telling. You're right. Vivian is the only good thing Elon made. True. Vivian's great. I kind of want them to make more guest appearances on various other things. I've seen quite a few things with them in it. It's pretty great. Also, I want to reiterate, when it comes to pronouns, I'm especially bad at saying female-oriented pronouns because of how I was raised. So, like, she's great. I'll just say that. She's great. I need to be better at that. That is something I need to get better at. It's really funny because sometimes I'll be trying to correct myself. Like, again, I went into a gender-neutral language when I was a kid, and then I realized that pronouns became important, and ever since then, my attempts to adjust have made me mislabel so often. She played Dungeons & Dragons with the drag queen Heidi in Closet. Heidi in Closet, that's funny. Was a chaos gremlin. Random question. I know you dislike Epic, but did you get Jackbox when it was free? Nope. I did not. That's actually one I didn't know was free. That one I probably would have gotten. Yeah, unfollowed. I have no idea if you guys are interested in watching more of this. I find the GIF history was really cool. I liked the first 10 minutes. I stopped after the first 10 minutes. I just wanted to see basically this like little flashback of what the internet used to look like with these weird GIFs all over the place. So there is a game you could claim on Epic. Yep. That would have been good. That would have been good because it wouldn't have been just for me. It would have been all for all of us. RuPaul actively told Heidi in Closet her name was terrible and she should change it. You know what's funny? I'm going to be blunt and say I don't really think RuPaul's opinion has ever been valid. I find them to be like the whole reason that they are like as famous and as popular as they are is because they are outrageous. Like by definition, by description, by observation, they are an outrageous person. And I think that that's as far as it goes. And I'm not saying that like we should devalue them. I'm just saying that like if I knew them in person, I would just be like, okay, that's enough. Calm down now. I don't have to listen to you. It's pronounced. Is that say Sif? I actually don't know how that works. Also, hi, Chris. Oh, GIF. GIF. KIF. I see. That's what you're saying. Got it. I forgot what I was talking about. I never listen to myself. Isn't that horrible? Canine cuisine. Can I eat dogs? Is that what that is? Oh, by the way, so when I got the new router, I'm noticing that it kind of reset my ads a little bit. And I think that's fascinating. Getting a new router changes your ads. That's a very interesting thing to notice that your router is what contains the ad information that you get. Yeah. I say routine. Routine. I don't say routine. Oh, you're saying that because of how I say router instead of router? Router? Yep, capitalism is stored in the router. You are correct, by the way. It's kind of like the word, like, we'll say, buoy, but it should be pronounced boy, because it's buoyant, right? Route. Because it's the route that we take. There is a word that we say for routing. Like, we do, it is a route. Like, I'm going to take a different route. Like, that is actually something people will say out in the United States. And yet there's a U in there. Route. Router. O and U means... Actually, you know what? Maybe we could look that up. Maybe there's something here. I hate that Google AI has infected YouTube. Oh, I like that they're both 1 minute long. That's great.
That feeling when you're
It's
trying to
your
build
language,
credit,
true.
and it's like over and over again.
One day I'll hear your voice. I know I will, and I will make fun of how you talk.
We are looking at how to pronounce this word, as well as how to say more interesting and
I feel like this is not going to be the best place to learn this.
related words in English, whose pronunciations aren't necessarily very easy to understand.
Understand. Is this guy Eastern European?
Or, yes, so how do you say it? No, there are two different ways of saying it. In British English, most generally, it is said as router. Router. You do want to stress on the first syllable here.
Router.
U sound. In American English, however, this is normally pronounced as router. Router.
Router. I feel like I don't even say router. I say router. There's a T in there. Router.
English versus
louder with router.
Router. In British English, I know very different pronunciations here. Did you get this? Was this any helpful? Let me know in the comments. And
what about this one?
We are looking at how to pronounce this word in English, designating a way or course taken.
This sounds okay. I'm hearing some vague Indian accent from here.
In getting from a starting point to a destination. How do you go about pronouncing it? This is a word of French origin. For reference, in French, this is pronounced as route.
Therefore, so we're all wrong. It's pronounced water.
This is normally pronounced as route. Route. Now, some people, especially in the US, in American English, do pronounce it as route.
Route.
Which is a different word. It is the same word, but without the E.
Wait, how is it a different word?
O-U-T. This is what is to be pronounced rout, and that means the disorderly retreat of defeated troops.
What the heck?
So a completely different meaning. Route is a different word. This word is to be pronounced route, route, as in a way from getting from a starting point to somewhere. The route, from French, route.
So it's pronounced router. That's what I'm gonna say router, but yeah. Curse you French people. Well, I never said you were wrong. I love the pronunciation thing. Peter Pan goes wrong. It's a comedy. I tricked the internet with fake AI videos. Okay. I'm gonna see what my let's look at the reaction farm real quick. Where is the reaction farm? There it is. By the way, Filler, you didn't answer. Did you have a good time? Did you have a good time in the Pride? I know you don't like crowds, but did you enjoy yourself at least? A weekend web video? We could, yeah, might as well. The guy is super unhinged. I need to make sure I put a disclaimer that this guy is really unhinged. I feel like that's important. We're gonna watch number 2 this time. And then we're gonna check out the Stop Killing Games thing. It was fun? That's awesome. I'm glad you had fun.
Seeing as I don't particularly like the taste of my dog's cum, tastes like speed. Bleh. I usually don't do it, but every now and then I give him the threat of a blowjob. I don't like the taste, but I do like jerking him off while I lay under him and letting his hot semen splatter my
Marijuana is the mother.
So the disclaimer about this guy is that the reason he's unhinged is that he animates comments that he finds on the internet.
Of the earth, here's my theory. I'm high right now, if you must know. Alright, this is what happened. Reefa is a seed made from bacteria in space. The sun and the moon kept it warm and comfortable. It turned into a plant all of a sudden. The earth turned into a big bud. It resonated, causing the bud to get hard. It deteriorated and turned into dirt. Water was made from oxygen, moisture, and then water. Trees are a form of hemp. Grass is leaf tips from the big bud. Adam and Eve was made from more bacteria, and that's why we have cannabinoid receptors. Male and female marijuana, and male and female.
I know a lot of people don't like vocal fry. I actually would like to understand why people hate it.
Humans, we sex just like weed. I call this...
There's nothing worse than people who smoke weed, not because of the moral implication, because it was the only thing they'll talk about, is the fact that they smoke weed. Yeah, my ex, once she started smoking weed, she would talk about it so much. I was like, why is this the subject of conversation? This is so boring. Like, this is actually boring. Like, you have nothing interesting to say when you're high. It actually bothered me so much. That's like the number one thing. I agree. Like, that's all they talk about. It's so boring. They hate it because it's associated with women. Women bad. Wait, hate what? I don't mind. Oh, wait. Oh, because vocal fries are associated with women? What? Really? I did not know this. Just check out, there's a lot of men who have vocal fry and people who are completely fine, but when a woman does it, people hate it. What the heck? Really? That's what it is? I did not know this. Something people do deliberately put on because it's the thing that makes them sound cool, but it makes them sound like a jerk instead. Interesting. That's actually genuinely strange. I don't think I've ever known that, but that might be why I don't understand why people don't like vocal fry. It might literally be because I'm so echo chambered away from like sexism against women.
The Big Bud Theory. I am being enlightened by marijuana right now. Good night.
What do people do late at night? I have not went to sleep in 5 days. Think about off-the-wall subjects like what would happen if we were about to have a tea.
They need to have the comment visible. This is not as good as the other ones just because he doesn't have the comments visible.
Back technology taking over, aliens cover up, secret organizations, the new ice age destruction of major cities. Am I the only one? BS, I'm going insane, man.
Samantha, pig roast, turn me on too, so don't feel alone. Just the thought of a poor helpless pig being roasted and eaten by groups of people, especially females, I find quite erotic.
Hey Howard, fuck you, you piece of shit! So I suppose I'm the stereotypical goon, in that I've never had a girlfriend or even dated before. Despite this, from observation I know enough about what it's like and
By the way, notice he called himself a goon. This was uploaded 16 years ago. I just want to reiterate that it's not a new word.
Required in a relationship. Thus, it seems to me that there are two advantages to having a girlfriend. Number one, you can say, "LOL guys, look, I have a girlfriend, LOL."
Let's get something straight. My aunt is a huge bitch and totally accused me of doing coke. So this is just one of my evil pranks towards her. When she was at work the other day, I snuck into her room and put icy hot on her dildos. Last night, she came screaming. She was feeling burning in certain places, if you know what I mean. By the way, first post might suck, but please post a reply to help me out. List.
I am who I am, and it is this simple. I could only ever...
It's really interesting how sanitized the internet is, because I remember these kinds of comments and these kinds of people posting just randomly, like, being everywhere. It's really, really interesting how they don't seem to exist as often.
Truly give my heart to an equine. In both love and sex for me, they are but one entity. Love towards your mate is different to the love that you give your friends and family. And when I lost her, most of me died with her, and is still by her side, to this day.
I did know. Thank you for teaching us. It's actually interesting how many words, like, when you look into it, there's like bovine, porcine, equine. I actually don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. That last one is the one that I don't know how to pronounce.
I object to the term feminazi.
I disagree. For the love of your mate isn't that different to the love of your friends? Maybe.
Because women fall some way short of the word Nazi. And here's why. 1. The Nazis were efficient. 2. The Nazis decided what was right and wrong and stuck to it. Whether or not you agree with what they didn't do what women do, which is fuck over their own loved ones to further their own sex.
God.
Where can I download 3DO? I need the 3DO to download for a project I'm working on. Don't ask what the project is. So, somebody give me the 3DO files to download now, or show me where, and Mayev Cactus Frankie will let you in on his little project, which will blow your mind. So what the fuck?
There is a part of me that is happy that I don't experience this internet anymore. Oh yeah, didn't we learn not too long ago that the 3DO apparently had mostly porn games, apparently? Or was that a different thing? That guy who died was like ranting about how the different consoles and console wars, and then he also ranted about how the 3DO has more porn games, or maybe it was a different console. Chris would probably know what I'm talking about. Gotta get a 3DO, exactly. Maybe we can find like the original the 16-bit version of Furry Shades of Gay, I think it's called. Never really had a romantic love. So my mentality about romantic love, romanticism in general, I feel as though it might be a fetish concept, like the concept of romanticizing another person. Like we see a lot of fictional portrayals of love on movies and stuff like that. Like, I do believe that you can care, and I think that you can obsess with individuals. That is entirely possible. But the way that the people portray it in media seems to be in such a way that makes it so it's like magic. Like, it's a magical spell they have. Like, it's really weird when you analyze it from like a like my ace perspective, like you realize that it's like a very strange, like it's not like I'm into you, it's more like I am obsessed with you and we are destined to be together. Like that is the logic, and it is also the reality in the movie. And then they also break up for like 2 minutes or the length of a song, and then they get back together. Check live chat. Good video on Vocal Fry. Okay, cool. Hold on. Loving your wife is a fetish. No. I'm saying romanticism is a fetish. Love is a totally different concept. I think that, well, it's so complicated. I think it's also like autistic fixation with semantics. Well, let me just see. Ancient word expert breaks down language pet peeves. And it seems like you timestamped it, so I might as well just check it out. And then we'll check out the Stop Killing Games thing. Also, does that count as a vocal fry, what I just did?
Terminal.
Oh my god, an
There's
ad.
nothing like access to the largest global airport lounge network.
So look at that. I'm getting an ad for an airport network, American Express. Was this the ad I was getting last time for Don Julio? Yeah, so what I'm saying is I didn't get ads like this. Right? I'm not crazy, am I? Please let me skip you.
Terminal at the end of a sentence. So these two vocal behaviors, fry and uptalk.
You forgot if console was? I think 3DO is right. Yeah, I think so too.
Come in for a lot of criticism. So what do people complain about? Well, they complain that fry and uptalk both can make you sound less intelligent, less sure of yourself, less trustworthy, less competent, less educated, even less...
I don't get these vibes. That's weird.
...attractive. Vocal fry is sometimes claimed to damage your voice, in fact. One thing it's hard not to notice is that most of the time when people are complaining about vocal fry and uptalk, they're complaining about women's voices, and especially young women. And it's not just women who do this.
Oh, you know what's interesting? Another interesting thing. Women that I know that do have the vocal fry, this is a weird trend that I noticed. They tend to be in the femcel region of things. It's interesting. But they also, like, it seems like it's a Daria thing. Oh my god, it never occurred to me that the vocal fry is literally complaining about... That is crazy. I've never made this conclusion. You know Daria? She does it. That's a good example. I don't think love and romance and pieces songs exist. Love is something that exists just because two people happen to find each other. It's their communication, trust, and relationship that build that makes the love, not destiny or effort. But effort. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it, Tantrum. And that's I think that there's like a perception that is unhealthy about love that people have, that where they think that like the whole like men experience this, where they think that there's only one person out there for them or something like that. Like there's 7 billion people in the world and we come from apes, and like they're like we like the social stigma of like having only one partner at a time is literally the social stigma. You can feel jealous, by the way. It's okay. It's okay to feel territorial and possessive. I don't have that experience. I don't really understand it, and when I try I get really mad. But like it's okay. Monogamous creatures or whatever, that is a thing too, and that's very normal as well. But what I'm trying to get across is the fact that like a lot of things that we have is like socially conditioned into making us think that they are real, even though they are fictional. It's interesting, very interesting. All right, Daria. You've never heard of Daria? Daria is a cartoon. Hold on, you've probably seen them before. Hold on, wait. What is this? Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna look up Daria.
Nice hat.
T-pop, what the heck is that? This is Daria, this character.
You girls took a psychological test at school today?
They said we wouldn't be graded.
Daria, they want you to take a special class for a few weeks. Then they'll test you again.
You?
I need to be careful. This is freaking Paramount. Hold on. Can I please get a Daria quote? Why is... Okay, Look at what YouTube's doing when I use the arrow keys to navigate. Why is it sliding around? I have it zoomed out. Sorry, I'm irritated. Alright, you, speak.
I have low esteem for everyone else.
Is this Quinn's house?
Someone by that name does live here.
Cool.
That's the vocal fry from her. You've never seen this? It's extremely popular from, like, people that grew up with MTV and such. I would suggest that you check it out. She kind of fits my archetype of what a femcel is, but also, at the same time, I want to point out that she is, like, femcel by choice. So she'd be a volcel, but, like, what I mean by... Like, we can all agree, incels and femcels are completely different animals. Poor Catholic in England, I have no MTV. Pathetic. Unrelated to this, but the linguist who made that video on how to use AI to learn language made a vid yesterday about how young women are the ones who modernize language and always have, followed by older women, followed by young boys and old men who try not to. I'm not sure if I believe that claim. I would like to see that to understand that. You did miss out on a lot of culture. It is tragic. Actually, you know, that's something I think about a lot. Now that we're in an era of the internet where we get to curate our own feeds and to algorithms that section us off into even further echo chambers, I am a little bit concerned about the lack of diversity in our own content. Like, I would like to know about things that exist outside my echo chamber, you know? Like, there's a reason I liked watching TV. It was randomized and it was forced. There was only one thing on and I'm like, all right, this looks okay. Nowadays, it's like, I don't need to sit around and watch this. I can jump to the thing I know I like already. I don't like that. I think that we need to, like, we're going to enter a very strange era where everyone is going to have different influences of culture, and I'm not sure how that's going to, it's like we're going to re-enter the early era of humanity where nobody really had a concept of other people's thinking because they're going to be so sectioned off. It's going to be weird. There's a movie that fills in the gap between season 4 and 5. The movie acts as a finale. Oh, I did not know that, actually. Alright. Back into this. I want to hear the reasons behind this, because this is strange to me. Going out of my comfort zone soon, I'm going to go watch a movie called Possessed, made in 1981, apparently very unnerving and sleazy. It's not generally my type of entertainment. Sleazy movies are kind of fun to watch for a lot of reasons. I try my best to be outside my echo chamber. What I try to do is try not to define everything by one genre. That's my best way of dealing with that. Schlock movies, how you kind of described, I'm not sure if it is a schlock movie, but like that's kind of like I like watching those. I don't like it when people say I like horror movies, but I hate romance movies. Like they immediately isolate themselves. It's a good idea to explore outside your comfort zone in any circumstance. Best movie of all time, Alien. Yes, and only Alien. You do like psychological horror, but I'm not a big fan of horror. I'm not a big, huge fan of horror either, but also the person... So, this is a very interesting thing. So, horror tends to have a lot of, like, gore, and then it has a lot of sexuality, has drugs and whatnot, but, like, the purpose of horror is that you're watching it with another person, typically. It's a social dynamic where you feel safe and secure with each other. You're in a safe environment together. It's like an exposure thing. Watching horror movies by yourself, I realized, like, watching The Evil Dead for the first time, I was like, oh, I don't feel anything when I watch a horror movie by myself. At all. I don't even feel scared. So, like, that's one of the reasons I kind of like one of the last horror movies I watched with someone in person, I mean, was the movie The Thing, and they were, like, scared because they'd never seen it before, and it was interesting being the point of security for them. Because horror is, you can experience something so horrible, but you can you're still physically fine. True. Hi, Chair. I hope you're doing well. Alright, I need to know more about vocal fry. I need to know more.
Let's try our own experiment, shall we? Let's take one sentence, the first sentence from the Gettysburg Address. I'm going to do it with some creak in my voice. 7 years ago,
hi.
Our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Eliza, would you do the same?
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent.
Okay, if I'm supposed to feel some sort of social stigma, I genuinely don't. I'm actually confused.
A new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created
Still
equal.
sleep talk
So,
face.
what did you think? Do you have different associations when you hear it from a male voice, 7
Vocal hash browns would make more sense.
7 years ago, than when you hear it from a female voice?
7 years ago.
So creaky voice actually has a linguistic function in some languages. In Danish, for example, the word hun, without any creak in your voice, means she, but the word hun means dog. So you have to actually put that creak in and you can change the meaning of a word. In Burmese, ka means shake, and
Your butch voice is just you adding vocal fry. Oh god, it's probably having the opposite effect.
ka means attend on. You have to add
I'm genuinely like confused by the socialization of vocal fry. That is so weird.
voice, and it means something totally different, otherwise the syllable
Yeah,
is
there's something deeply wrong with the Danes.
exactly the same. The Mexican language Jalapa Mazatec actually has a
Oh wait, no, the
three-way
Dutch.
contrast between modal voice, creaky voice, and breathy voice. So we could take the same syllable, ya, which with that tone means tree, but if I do it with breathy voice, ya, it means he carries. And if I do it with creaky voice, ya, it means he wears, same syllable. So if creak is a linguistic feature of some languages, you're doing it all day long. It can't be damaging for your voice. I think we can put that one to bed.
You know what? That is something I have heard, that doing vocal fry will damage your voice. I have heard this specifically from singers. So I don't know.
Next up,
I'm gonna trust this guy more. I would never be able to communicate these languages because I would not pay attention to that. Yeah, humans, sorry. Americans, who are humans, and the only humans, they don't do tone shift type things. Like, you can speak in a very monotone, flat way, similar to how I speak, and you'll be able to understand how I am. But if you, like, speak Chinese, you can't really speak in a monotone way because they have, like, the same sound with different pitches will mean different things.
Eliza, sometimes people literally light their hair on fire when other people mix up your and your or use apostrophes for plurals.
Or those signs in the grocery store that say 10 items or less.
Right, because we're supposed to use the word fewer for that, right?
Where did that come from?
The idea that we should say 10 items or fewer instead? Well, let's talk about that. But, you know, I can't help but notice that you just ended us.
Oh, was that it? Is that it? Is that all we're going to learn about vocal fry?
With a preposition.
Where did that come from?
Yep.
You got a problem with that?
Can we table that for now?
Did you just use the noun table as a verb?
Dang
yes,
it.
I did. Let's start there.
That was all we get to learn about vocal fry. I'll never understand it, I guess. I guess it's like jealousy. I don't understand it. Yeah. Language rules are stupid, and my moral obligation to break stupid rules. Yeah, I agree. Yes, now to some good news. Let's go into some good news. Yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. We woke up and smelled the pronouns. That's funny. Alright, where? Reaction farm, there it is. Scroll. Good news with the Accursed Farms guy. It's crazy. I can't stress enough how idiotic I feel for not recognizing this guy as the Mind of Freeman guy. I should have noticed immediately. I have, like, all of those videos downloaded.
Hello!
Hello!
I have some updates for the Stop Killing Games campaign. One for the EU and one for the United States. We'll start with the EU. First, a decision from the EU Commission is coming up soon for the European Citizens Initiative on June 16th. Now, seeing as how most of the attention of the campaign has been on the initiative, you might think this is it. This is what will determine if we can solve the problem of publishers destroying games or not.
Well, I just want to say something. I think the biggest pet peeve with language is when someone uses were, should be, and vice versa. I don't know why I get annoyed, but I do. You know what? Weez, I'm just going to tease you a little bit. That sentence being so grammatically incorrect is confusing me. He needs a haircut? I think he looks fine. I think a skullet is good. I think that I need to stop pausing him on weird faces. That's what I need to do. Oh god, I did put my pronouns and signature at work. My manager noticed the other day and was basically like, I want to respect you, but please give me a sample sentence so I know how to use they singularly. People that don't know how to use they singularly, they're idiots.
But no, it's really not. I'll get to that. But before I do, let's talk about how things have been going with the Commission. Over time, there's been a pattern of behavior that's caused us to not be optimistic on the direction things are heading. Some of this we've already talked about. First, in July of 2025, there was that Euractiv report about an accidentally leaked statement that was pulled down so fast we didn't get to see it. But according to the article, the Commission was planning to have a non-binding communication on this issue. And this was before we had even finished collecting signatures or presented any evidence. Next, when we had our first meeting with the Commission in October, I'm told the tone there was that they were looking for reasons to reject the initiative. And they used industry talking points, calling games living, breathing things, even though that's irrelevant since the initiative only focuses on games that are no longer being updated. But most of all, we were told
this is why it's important to understand legalese.
We're seeking a deregulatory agenda. Well, since the whole point of the Citizens Initiative is to have
they were there. That's such a weird thing to not understand.
Better regulation, I can see where those two things might be at odds. Later in February, there was another meeting with the Commission, and the questions they had would take a whole other video in themselves to go over, but the short
version said my gay?
Is they didn't feel neutral. They felt more like what you would expect from a prosecutor. And some of them were repeats of questions we had already answered. And this happened in a meeting we had in May also. I wasn't present at most of the meetings, but I've been told by organizers that we may have answered some of the same questions from the Commission at least 3 separate times now. Like how we're not asking for endless support, that's a big one. Or games with third-party licensed content like car brands or music can still be played after those licenses end. They just can't continue being sold. It's kind of like we're starting at zero with the Commission every time. Furthermore, the Commission has floated a few non-solutions.
Imagine they released GTA Online, and then they're like, okay, you can have GTA Online. This is the hypothetical. This isn't what actually is going to happen, or what I even want to happen. Just an idea. Imagine if they released GTA Online as a standalone thing, so people could host their own servers, right? And then one of the things they do to make sure it's legally okay is they strip all of the music out. And that means all the radio stations, which kind of sucks because it also means the dialogue too would go along with it. But they let you still play the game. I wonder how people would feel about that. I feel like people would replace the music or find a way to add their own radio. The companies sell live service games should have to deal with the endless support. Yes. Shouldn't have to live service games. You can't handle that. Yeah, I agree. I really don't like live service for that reason. I've made exceptions to 2 games so far for live service, but that was because I wanted to get Snake in Fortnite, and Black Ops 7 looked like it could have been my kind of game, and it is, but unfortunately it is a live service game, and that sucks.
Don't address the problem. In fact, that's exactly what prompted us to have a whole slide on those at the parliamentary hearing, because these came directly from the Commission. And that's before we consider the representation. The EU initiative represents at least 1.3 million people in the EU. However, the industry, according to the lobby, is representing 116,000 people as of 2024. And I have no reason to doubt those numbers, though there have been a lot of layoffs since that data was collected, but whatever, let's give them that. So we're representing at least 11
That would actually be wild.
times as many people. And these are only the dedicated people who went out of their way to sign the initiative. The real number is likely far higher. But even this comparison assumes everyone in the industry is not being represented by our side.
You know what, Chris? I am studying Black Ops 7 specifically to understand how they do their mission stuff. Because I do like how they do their missions.
Definitely isn't the case. Back when the lobby Video Games Europe made a statement against the movement, one of the members, Epic Games, came out and said they were uncommitted on this issue. So that statement wasn't coming from them. And member BeamNG flat out said they disagreed with the statement, and to the best of their knowledge, weren't even consulted on a vote. But the industry has had at least 3 times more meetings with the commission on this than we have. But I'm told by political insiders, this doesn't even come close to representing the full picture, since most meetings don't use the transparency register. And the conservative estimate is the industry has been meeting with the EU regulating bodies hundreds of times on this.
That sucks. What the heck?
But it's probably thousands. It's like I've said before, the industry is spending more money lobbying against having end-of-life plans in games.
You know, this is what I think, that we need full transparency from government actions like that. Like, I know I'm not in your country, filler, but like, my God.
Then it would cost them to actually implement them in the future. Now, some meetings that have been disclosed are with EU Commissioner Michael McGrath flying to California to talk with members of the Entertainment Software Association, like Electronic Arts, Roblox. And just recently, before the Commission's decision, they've had another
Come on, you live in EU.
meeting with lobby group Video Games Europe, which was invite only and private. So unlike our parliament hearing, there's no public record.
Oh, right. Brexit. Oh, my God. Brexit's so stupid. I think after identifying that Epstein was a major player for that, I feel like you guys should be allowed to revote and get back into the union.
In other words, it was a meeting about consumer policy in video games where nobody representing consumers
Most of the people that left probably died of COVID anyway.
invited. What this all means is, just going by the numbers of people involved, the industry, or rather some members of the industry, are being overrepresented to the commission by at least 30 to 1. But it might be closer to 300 to 1. It's hard to say. I think this explains why I have to keep answering the same questions from the commission over and over again, and how they sometimes seem to be operating on bad information on how video games actually work.
That is very interesting. Huh.
It's like talking to that guy from the movie Memento. Taken all together, this has not given us confidence that we're going to get legislation proposed by the commission. This is especially noticeable when we look at how progress in California has gone. We've been working to get similar legislation passed there too, in the form of Assembly Bill 1921. Compared to the EU Commission, that has just been night and day in terms of procedure. We made our proposal, the state legislature recognized this was a problem, there was some back and forth with revision and clarification. Later, the industry made their stance known, in parts of which they straight up lied. I was even asked to make a video going through it.
Wait, he was asked to make a video going through it? By who? I actually would like to know that.
Especially like how they said allowing players to continue playing games with third-party content after support ends is impossible, when that's literally been done in hundreds of games before. And
You're worried that Epstein's going to become a boogeyman that everyone blames for everything, we don't hold anyone accountable, still around, be responsible? You are correct. I feel like the way I describe things, I try to make a distinction where we're talking about things like in the present tense. I definitely think that we need to blame the people that are still around as well. I want Steve Bannon arrested. I want him to be tried for like all sorts of things and stuff that I would like to say that is against Twitch terms of service for now. So I just like, that's the end of that. Probably everyone else working behind the scenes, probably on his side. I was wondering if it was like the courts, but I guess it wouldn't make sense if it was court.
we gave some examples. So the state assembly saw right through the false claims, and the bill has proceeded forward.
Nice.
However, since then, it has been modified so all existing games will get grandfathered in. Okay, see, that's what a compromise looks like. We want games to stop being destroyed. The industry wants nothing to change. So both sides are getting some of what they want. This revision will protect less games and take longer to go into effect, but it means games farther in the future will still get protected.
That's good.
Still a win. Compare this to that slide of non-solutions, and it's like we're on a different planet. Especially when the Entertainment Software Association is even more aggressive than Video Games Europe. Which brings us to the US news. Just recently...
Steve Bannon. What did the Hulk do? He's good friends with Epstein. Epstein is one of the people involved in the files. And no one is ever held responsible. Yeah, no, exactly. We need to get those people held responsible. If it helps anyone feel better, there's definitely still people talking about it, at least.
The ESA's CEO came out and used the same debunked arguments again, hoping this time they can hoodwink the state senate.
That's so weird. Just keep saying it. Just keep trying the same thing.
Unsuccessful at tricking the state assembly. Okay, there's more to say about the EU, and if you saw...
I kind of agree, Filler, but for the sake of, like, preservation in general and a desire for, like, things to just continue to exist, I just like that to happen. But yeah. I do agree with you. A lot of the live service games are kind of bad. I have no interest in PUBG. I don't know if that counts.
You know exactly where this next part is going. In fact, feel free to skip ahead if you want.
Here's the most WTF thing. The DOJ was like, nah, we moved on for Epstein. Like, bro, if you don't want to go after your boy Donnie Diddler, there are others you could go after and pretend you care. I think they're worried about mutually assured pedophile destruction. I think they're worried that if you take down one, they're all going to go after each other and point fingers, which is exactly why we need to go after them.
But for everyone else, the political insiders have insisted I cover this statement by the ESA also. So let's do it. I'll try and be quicker this time. We'll just run through the bigger parts. A proposed California law is threatening the modern gameplay experience by misunderstanding how online services work. Misunderstanding. No, this is gaslighting.
That's
the bill
so
understands
stupid.
how games work.
Oh my God.
The ESA just doesn't like its conclusions with how the industry is behaving. This is like saying farmers who want to repair their tractors but are blocked by John Deere misunderstand how tractors are made. Oh yeah, that's real honest framing. But don't take my word for it. They say it's misunderstanding how they work. Okay, fine. What exactly is the bill misunderstanding? Because that's a bold claim. Well, they tell you. Keeping it running indefinitely. See, there it is. It's going to come up again and again. Their explanation of what is being misunderstood is something the bill is not asking for. If you read...
Absolutely insane. Yeah, the pedos in the economy and the world. Yeah. Not every farmer is stupid, but no, you're not wrong.
Over this bill, you will not find one mention of publishers needing to host or maintain a game indefinitely. The ESA is making this up. This is what's known as a lie by paltering. We'll see this again. Okay, I could say more about rebuilding a game that hasn't been built yet, especially when local test environments are common, but this isn't the most important part, so let's move along. Same goes for full refunds. Just remember, games become more valuable once they're no longer published. Provide consumers with a guarantee that if they pay for access to play an online game, they will keep that access for as long as they want. Okay, access. That can mean more than one thing. I even made a slide from the last video on this. I'm just gonna...
I'm really glad he's making these videos. This is so important.
Reuse it here.
Farmers.
The last time, it became clear they were using this second...
Japanese folks, but they're poor. Poor dev already suffered a loss from lack of sales, forcing them to keep the service going irresponsible. When most of the times, rich people decide to seize all short-term profits and run. Yet, Japan is a very corporate-friendly environment. I don't know... they're definitely not what we should all aspire for in a country.
Definition. So this is going to be another point for something the bill is not asking for. This bill shows a fundamental lack of knowledge about how games are built and maintained. Yeah, it's gaslighting again, by trying to say that having consumer rights is the same thing as not understanding how video games work. Nice how they don't elaborate either. And this whole segment about keeping servers running is another lie by paltering. Publishers will be free to shut down servers and not maintain anything under the bill. And lie by paltering a fourth time. This part about licenses would only be true if publishers had to host the game forever. They don't. Okay, this part is unlikely to cost even 1% of the entire game budget. Local test environments already happen on existing budgets. And lie by paltering 5 times now.
My god. I have to say, I'm so glad this guy's doing this. He's so much more qualified for this than I think even he realized.
Publishers would not need to maintain anything. Oh wait, did I say 5? I meant 6. The games will not be a permanent obligation. They'll be a one-time obligation at end of life. Okay, this part is just a lie of commission. The vast majority of all games ever made are compliant. This is nothing new. And this next part, wow, 7 times, people. How many times do we need to say the bill is not asking for endless support? Apparently, at least 7. This part is an opinion. Okay, this is irrelevant since it wouldn't prevent those kinds of games from being made. And most live service games are run by large studios. Oh, and once more, people. Once more on our way out. Lie by paltering an
To be fair, his voice for Freeman was just his own voice.
Time. And finish it off with another gaslighting. This is the opposition, guys. It's just packed full of lies. Though I appreciate the ESA being so naked about it. This is the kind of narrative I've had to deal with for years, often by forces much bigger than myself. I hope you guys appreciate the patience we've had with having everything we say get twisted like this again and again. You watch. I would bet money this is not the last time the industry claims we're asking for endless support, or how running games after support ends is impossible, or who knows what they'll make up next. So that's the US. Back to the EU Commission. This is exactly the kind of narrative the EU Commission has been dominantly listening to.
Endless
I'd say by at
support.
least 3 to 1. Now, if you wanted to be generous, you could say the Commission only met with individual members in California. We don't have it on record they met with the ESA themselves. But guess who they were talking to? You know, a week and a half ago. Video Games Europe, who has also floated this narrative, and Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft. And what does...
Okay, Ubisoft probably just needs to die as a company.
does he have to say about the initiative? Support for all games cannot last forever. An argument about something the initiative is not asking for. Now, where have we seen this before? Now, we're not trying to write off the EU Commission. We'd be happy for their support. But based on all the circumstantial evidence and who they're talking to the most, you can understand why we think it could be that article from almost a year ago was right all along. And all we'll see is a non-binding communication and nothing changes. But I said earlier, the Commission's decision doesn't really matter. Why is that? Well, if the Commission decides something needs to be done, great. They can introduce legislation in EU Parliament. Normally, that's a necessary step, since EU Parliament, ironically, cannot introduce legislation, only amend it. But it just so happens there is existing legislation, the Digital Fairness Act, which coincidentally is an ideal fit for our issue. It's for digital issues with insufficient enforcement, legal uncertainty, risk of regulatory fragmentation across member states, and lack of incentives for businesses to aim for a higher standard. That describes our issue of game destruction all over. Plus, it already targets...
Maybe we should just be anarchists. Just get rid of the governments and just don't have laws about it.
other aspects of video games. It fits like a glove. And
if you play a AAA game for the price of a game published by a company who's historically never care about their product's longevity, it's 100% on you. That I kind of agree with that, but that's also blaming the victim, right? That's like I personally, I don't like live service. If I find out something that I want to play is live service, I typically won't play it. For the longest time, I did not play Fortnite. For the longest time, I did not play Black Ops 7. These are games that you need to be connected all the time to the internet, and I didn't want to spend money on that. Fortnite is free these days, but like spending money on it, like in Black Ops 7's case, that felt like I was throwing money away. Because they are Like, they could at any moment just discontinue the service, and that sucks. Like, I'll just never be able to play the game again. How does Activision make a full AAA game every year, but Ubisoft can't manage to make a new Ghost Recon or Splinter Cell? I think it's because Tom Clancy's dead. I mean, there are good AAA games out there, but it's just when AAA game is bad and put in the limelight, a lot more indie game gets stuff forgot. Well, the concept here is mostly like whether or not you have to be connected to the internet to even play those AAA games. Like that's what Chair's talking about. Like if you're getting a like the longevity of the content is going to be removed at some point, right? Black Ops 3 is still running. It's not a live service game. Black Ops 7, like okay, so Black Ops 3 disconnected from the internet. Can you still play Black Ops 3? Probably. You can't play Black Ops 7 without being connected to the internet. That's what I'm talking about here. To anyone who bought a game before they went bad. Yeah. Also, Chris, what is the yes? Because I speak too fast for you to just say yes. But yeah, Black Ops 3 is still running. Okay. So I think my brain is connecting dots. I think I understand what you're trying to get at now. I mean, online is active, or am I misunderstanding the word live service? You're misunderstanding the word live service. So a game like Fortnite, for example, if you disconnect the internet from it, it is no longer a game, is it? You can't play Fortnite offline. So like, if you have to constantly be online, if you have to like be able, like this whole thing, the reason it exists is to talk about how we should be able to play games that no longer have the server support. I think Destiny is an example of this. I think Destiny like created some mods to their, or not mods, updates to their game that like made the first initial version of the campaign unplayable. Like you can't play it anymore or something like that. I forget what happened there. Something to that effect. But like the whole concept here is that you should be able to play these games without depending on other services. I paid $70 for Black Ops 7 or something like that. And eventually, I know this will happen one day, eventually Black Ops 7 will stop being a service that they provide, and I will no longer have access to that game. Single player or online. What was that one live service game that Bungie everyone was excited for? I think that's Destiny. I think that's literally what I was talking about. Had barely any content, lasted for a few years until being shut down. I think that's literally about Destiny, but I could be wrong.
Amending that is exactly what's set to happen. Thanks again.
Also, it's never, no matter what, another important thing, I will never side with a corporation. Corporations are not people. I was about to tell you that EU did with Stop Killing Gangs, then I read the title of the video you're watching. Yeah.
To Moritz Katzner and his team, we have made serious inroads in Parliament. Just recently,
that's why I include the video title, so that people know where to, like, I'm giving credit to the people that I'm watching, as well as, like, giving people the ability to watch it themselves.
Even had an inquiry call on legislative action to the Commission, signed by 45 members of European Parliament. And collectively, we have majority support on this issue. This means we're in a position to pass legislation on this, even without the Commission's blessing. So the message from all this is don't be discouraged by what the Commission decides on the 16th. It is no longer the deciding factor in this. The EU legislation should be going through either way.
Mm-hmm.
Really, for the trajectory we're on, everything seems to be on course to go through in the EU and in California. I'm almost waiting for the other shoe to drop, because right now, our position almost seems too good to be true. I mean, we've been busting our asses on
I think that's a healthy way to see it. It seems good to be true. I think that's a good way to see it.
I think what we're asking for are really bare
You did mean the anthem? Good job.
common sense protections. I'm
Nice
just
job,
not
Chris.
used to things going well. Though speaking of which, in California especially, if you want to boost our odds some, we've released instructions on how to do that based on where you live. There's a link in the description. But even if we have a worst case scenario, this legislation is not all we have in play. There's still that lawsuit addressing this issue started by the UFC Kush Wazir, recently renamed to Kush Wazir Ensemble. And we still have consumer protection investigations going on with the DGCCRF in France, the Verbraucherzentrale in Germany, and the ACCC in Australia.
Those aren't real.
And
I think that one of the things that they should also consider looking into is describing what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure we can all kind of agree, like, where things like Fortnite are going. Like, people pay for skins in that game, right? Like, it might be a free game, but you do buy things in the game. There is money. There's V-Bucks, right? So, like, I think we need to also contextualize things that might happen in the future. Like, I don't think people are realizing, like, if this fails, all the money that is spent on Fortnite, say goodbye to it forever. See a lot of loopholes that can be used, like Ubisoft adding one terrible playable solo level for each game they're going to kill off. Yeah, no, well, I'm pretty sure that what they're trying to do is catch those loopholes, based on what I'm hearing. It seems that he's also talking about the ability to, like, create the servers yourself on the customer side. What is that German name? I know, that word looks like it's, borderline Finnish.
plans to have more states adopt.
Oh yeah, and microtransactions should be legal. Microtransactions are an Epstein idea, for the record.
Similar legislation, like what's going on in California, and maybe get state attorney generals involved in potential lawsuits for violations. So we have a lot of backup plans as well, but it would be best to just not even need them. All right, that's it.
Awesome.
I think we're in a better position than ever to win this, and I guess we should be thanking the EU Commission for making sure we didn't rest on our laurels.
No, thank you,
See ya.
handsome man. All right, that's awesome. I hope this guy's doing great. That was awesome. I'm very excited about this. I hope for the best. Oh, my brother responded to some stuff. Hold on. Hold on. What the heck? Sorry, my brother sent me a weird message. What the heck? Sorry, my brother sent me a weird message that I'm gonna have to analyze later about the internet that went out today. Are you up and release his next video already? I do. I harass him all the time about it. I think that he should be releasing one video a month minimum. It irritates me that he doesn't do that. I agree they stopped making good games, though. Maybe if they kick them hard enough, they might get good. I'm excited for the Rayman games. I've never played a Rayman game. I played the demos, but like I've never played them. But they looked like fun, and I've said this story a million times at this point. I knew a girl who was like obsessed with it, and like it made me want to learn about it because of her passion for it. I'm wondering if the others are also puns, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to. I'll reach out to my brother about that later. But so that's such a weird message. That's such a weird message. Ooh, you guys excited for an Xbox One reveal?
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Xbox One.
TV experience. TV and movies, TV. Xbox, watch TV. TV.
This is a video from
TV,
13 years
TV.
ago.
Watch TV. TV. TV and TV remote. TV experience. TV, 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 TV. Sports TV, TV, TV. Anybody? TV, TV, and TV, 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 TV. Xbox, go home.
TV, 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 TV. Sports, 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 sport, sport, television, television, TV, television.
Oh my god, that guy.
Sports, sports, sport, sport, television.
I don't know who this guy is. This guy's an idiot. I could just feel the idiot off of him. This guy's like an insecure little freak. I don't know what it is. He's just, I do not like him.
Television, television, TV, television.
Television, television, television.
And this
TV,
person's
TV,
just Hillary Clinton.
TV. Xbox is about to become the next water cooler. Sports.
Television, television, television. I'm thrilled to announce a live-action Halo television series.
Is he actually an idiot, Putrid Being?
Television, TV, sports, sports, sport.
Television.
That was really him.
TV. 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 TV.
That's funny.
For Call of Duty.
I have no idea. His body language, major red flags there.
Call of Duty, an entirely new.
He did say television to be smarter.
Call of Duty for the next generation. Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty,
Call of Duty, Call of Duty. One of the fascinating new additions to
Cod
your
fish.
squad is a dog. This is someone you care about. Call of Duty, 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 Call of Duty. All of the new.
Oh, let's watch a Dark Beat live stream.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty.
Our new dog model is taken from high-resolution scans of an actual SEAL Team service dog.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty.
Xbox, go home.
But yeah, this video was from 2013, just so you know. Game breaking. Dog, I agree. Let's watch an E3 from 1995. That sounds fun.
I don't understand the red cards.
This football is so confusing.
I can help. Think of cards in football as the opposite to your Sapphire Reserve card. Red cards make it harder.
I don't know why I'm
to earn
watching
points.
this. Is this... Is this like a fair use song? It sounds like... Is this Nirvana? Oh, it's from a game? Hmm. Oh, Comic Zone theme song? Okay. I don't think I've ever played that. Future Being is smarter than you. Was that my computer? Hold on, I gotta check. Nope, it was them. What is the dancing in the left screen? It's good that we have motion capture now. Show us the title. I don't know what this is for. Interesting. That was Killer Instinct? Ah, thank you. Was this for the Virtual Boy? Legacy of Kain. Oh, this version. I kind of want to play that game on stream at some point. It sounds like that song by Nirvana where it's like, I promise I don't have a gun. And it's like about killing his girlfriend if she cheated on him. Sorry, how do I remotely detonated bombs work in Doom? Found a mod that has that weapon. I have no idea. I've never... You sometimes are asking me to troubleshoot things that I've never downloaded. You're gonna have to read their manual. Oh look, that controller. You lose. You know, to be fair, I want to respect Jumbo for assuming that I know everything. Oh, it's a trilogy? Wait, what? I thought there were only... Oh, no, it says Trigger. Just Trigger. I felt crazy for a moment. I thought that's a trilogy. I'm like, what the? I only know about 2 games. No analog sticks. Look at that. Oh, that's a big model of it. The X-Band, the SNES cartridge for online play? That's crazy. I remember a lot of, back when the PS2 started connecting to the internet, one of the things that I heard was, like, Japan, internet troubleshooting problems. That a lot of it was, like, them saying they had to, like, push back and say, look, American internet is just not as good as our internet, and we weren't anticipating how bad it was. Oh, hey, it's those guys. Oh, by the way, just so you know, filler. This show right here, this is actually where Daria comes from. She's like a character in that was so popular that she got her own show. Yeah, Japan does have the advantage of being a small country, but also, wouldn't it be nice if we could do capitalism like Japan does? It's an entirely different art style, yeah. It's really interesting. Oh my god, are those the actual actors that are, like, digitized or whatever? Kung Lao's actor looks very much like that guy. I think these are the actual actors. That's impressive. They also got rid of ninjas in Mortal Kombat 3. They're like action figures.
And to make sure that this mega event is also a mega success for retailers, Williams is backing up this product release with the most comprehensive, fully integrated marketing program in the industry's history. This year-long marketing strategy includes
they did bring him back for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I wonder if they brought him back because of complaints or if their plan was always to release an Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Yes, the one with the scar on his face without a mask. So he's a ninja technically, but when I say ninja, I mean the guys with the masks. Because she's dead. Hey, movie. And there's the CGI thing. I feel like I want to watch this at some point with you guys.
You see, Sean, at Williams Entertainment, we know that the name of the game is sales. And to make this happen, Williams consistently makes vision as the big name in game marketing. At Williams, we back up all our titles with our surrounding marketing strategy that hits gamers wherever they go, repeatedly. This strategy includes TV, magazine, radio, theater, arcade...
People here are more literate than people are now. You Zoomers are the ones that don't know how to read.
Newspaper advertising, in-store promotions, major motion picture tie-ins, and reviews and articles in leading gamer publications.
First I was like, wow, Dark came from that show. Then I sat down and watched the show, and of course, it came from them. The slow pacing, actual humor is different from Reputation. Yeah.
And it's a strategy that when combined with our thrilling titles has continued
Reputation is very different.
Phenomenal retail success. Another example of this retail success is that unqualified cyberspace mega hit, Doom.
Playing as Daria would be very interesting. I actually think people would like that, strangely enough. Doom! What is that guy running around? Is that a child? I don't know what I'm looking at there. Hey, look, it's Doom Guy. They didn't really spend much money on this one. Is this John Romero just having fun in a mask? I need to know.
Doom is a heart-pounding action game. Part horror, part science fiction, part night.
I love Doom. Genuinely one of the best games of all time. I think I told you before, but people who say Pop Team Epic is the Japanese are way off. The gag Pop Team is Epic is that two of them are cartoonishly cruel. Isn't that the concept? I mean, they like blow up frogs with firecrackers. They're usually put down. Okay, maybe that's the difference. Like in the American media, they punish them for being this way.
Featured debut game on both the Can't Wait for Sony PSX and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And in addition to the new 64-bit game platform, another area that's looming large in the future is the PC game market. And when it comes to PC-based games, once again you'll find that Williams Entertainment is the name in big games.
They used to do these presentations very similar to Universal Studio hosting events. The joke is they win. Ah, yeah.
Titles include entertainment for the entire family, with titles like Super Carts and Island Casino. And now, we've entered into an alliance with GT Interactive Software that will make even more of Williams titles available for the PC game market. But now, to complete the big game picture...
What was that edit? Hold on.
Available for the PC
Oh, I want to see that edit.
software that will make even more of Williams titles available
How did they teleport? How did this person teleport?
with GT Interactive Software.
Like, unless they edited it in a weird way, this person's head is in the way, right? And then, like, they fade out to the right, and it continues the sentence uninterrupted. Is that a Tech 9? I think it's the cover art gun for Doom, which is available in Brutal Doom.
And now, we've entered into an alliance with GT Interactive Software that will make even more of Williams titles available for the PC game market. But now, to complete the big game picture,
What a weird edit.
Williams is continuing to generate excitement in the handheld market.
I like the small
with
TVs.
The handheld version of Mortal Kombat 3. So, from arcade to cartridge to PC to handheld, over the last few minutes, you've seen what makes Williams Entertainment the name in big games. And you've also gotten a glimpse of some of the coming season's hottest home video games. Titles like Mortal Kombat 3 and Doom. That consumers will be fighting to get during the coming season. Because as we all know, retail is a constant battle. Tonight you have the power
I think these are the actual actors, Jumbo.
to the home video game
They look super familiar like they are.
support from Williams. The name in big games. Yeah! All right, thank you very
That's
much.
very cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for these guys. Aren't they incredible? I took this morning, and I think for beginners they did pretty well.
There's Comic Zone. Is that the game where a guy gets teleported into a comic book and you play it? It's funny how some Mortal Kombat games just rip off Street Fighter moves, legally distinct moves, the earlier ones. Yeah, but like, Mortal Kombat's more fun. It's hard. Oh god. That was I know they're like practicing, but like, my god, hold on. I don't like how close he gets to kicking this person in the face. That's too close for comfort. Got an idea inspired by Mortal Kombat, but maybe you should write it down instead of doing it in chat. I have to say, when it comes to designing games, fighter games are the ones that I have difficulty conceptualizing and writing down and coding. Jaguar VR. It's not a fighter idea? Oh, okay.
Jaguar VR system that we've been developing. Basically, as you can see, we have a helmet design or a headset design. We have sort of three special parts on this system: the optical system, the tracking system, and also
what a weird camera to record this with. It's so undersaturated.
Acoustic system. In terms of the tracking system, we have probably the world's highest performing tracking system, even though it's a consumer unit. This unit actually performs to a higher specification than even the...
A coded AI fighting game probably would just like have characters teleporting around. It's one of the weirdest ones to code if you're going to code something, because like you have to do like physical contact and animation calculations and stuff. It's so tedious compared to everything, like a shooter. I mean, the idea that people brutally murdering each other in increasingly horrific ways isn't too far out there for a fighting game. Yeah.
Industrial systems that we use in our high-performance arcade systems. And in that context, we're able to not only track the headset in real time, in fact, it's at about 200 hertz.
200
we're
hertz.
Also able to
Nice.
to track joysticks as well. So that's going to provide a real richness of functionality for the unit. Added to the unit is the microprocessor over here, which calculates all the angles, etc., and manages the whole VR system.
Where someone vibe coded Tetris and the block reached the bottom, the block just kept going through the floor. That's funny. Oh, look at that. Violence in video games highlights the Senate. That looks cool. I'm adding this one to my download list real quick. $19.98. That also looks good. We can actually, yeah, these are things I can click on. Okay, that's NeoGamer, also NeoGamer. I'm gonna do this one. Stereotype of AI bros being ideas guys. Yes! I think that is the biggest plague of AI, is that it is making idea guys think that they are more than just ideas guys. And that is literally before AI was mainstreaming, I was afraid of being seen as an ideas guy because I'd like to actually get my hands dirty and do something and feel like I actually did something. Ideas guys, they don't even feel that compulsion. Man, don't you guys remember 1998? I have a feeling Jumbo was just born. I wonder if this person is you had to be a reporter back then, right? To get into this? I make fun of Jumbo because Jumbo hates Zoomers so much. So in the extra credits video that If you're an ideas guy, you might want to do something other than game dev. They had some bad takes over the years, but that one was good. Yes, yeah. You'll never forget it? What about 2001, September 11th? Forgetting something, Chris? 1988 was a good year for games. I think I mostly started playing video games more regularly around 2001 when Metal Gear Solid 2 was out. Maybe 2002. I did play video games, but actually, no, I feel like I became a real gamer once I started streaming. You don't actually hate Zoomers? You just hate when Zoomers say that millennial writing sucks. I'm just teasing, by the way. I'm not serious. I'm just like, I'm being hyperbolic to make fun of like a character version of yourself. Delete on TV because of 9/11. That's funny. Metal Gear Solid! Wait! Stop! Go back! Okay, so the way they spell acclaim, I makes me feel like I spell it wrong. This is cool looking. I do like these electric displays. Like they have these really big signs. These like these places for you to go to. They're like little haunted house exposed. You die when asked other parents, and they kept the kids home the next day from school. That was interesting. You know, my mother gave me an option to stay home from school for a while, but I eventually was like, okay, I think I stayed home from school for too long. Go ahead and send me. Also, I think that, like, I lived out in the middle of the desert. I've explained this to you guys. Like, I was literally the only house out in the middle of nowhere. Jumbo's a 32-year-old special ops soldier, which is why sometimes they say BRB, but are back 15 minutes later after sniping a target. It's true. Point, click, kill. Jumbo's like, I'm outside. He's through a flashbang. You know, the place that you went to, Chris, has vibes similar to this. It's a little bit more open. GDC, I mean. I wonder if they have any regulations preventing people from building up giant displays like this. Like, it looks like they just have cardboard cutouts at GDC. But could you do, like, a neon sign for your display? Yeah, I agree. I was just thinking that, too. Look at that, Uncharted's up there. Bring back the booth babes. Very funny. I do wonder, Like how possible that would be. And would it be popular? Oh man. Imagine if there's a canceled game that just gets displayed and it's like lost media and this is the only way we know it existed. I mean, it worked. That's why there are these incel gamers that complain that we don't do that anymore. Not that Chris is an incel. Yeah, GDC might be the bigger example of that. True. This person's just there. He's just wandering around. Star Wars? This is your year we're born? Zoomer. It is funny to look at media and think to yourself, I'm as old as this media. Odd world. Filler was 8 years old when you were a baby. Filler could have held you responsibly while you were a baby. Yeah, imagine having parents that felt it was responsible to have kids in this current climate. Sorry, hold on. On Friday, I went to go to see someone that the previous day I told I'd go interview, and they were gone. This Friday? Yeah, I knew it was GDC, but like, was it scheduled for this Friday? The previous Friday? Look at that. Not a cell phone in sight. Okay, GDC Friday. Got it. Thank you. I think a game's going quick too, consistently. Thanks. I would like to know what the actual quality of this video is, like, on the recording software that they used or whatever, like, whatever camcorder they used. Like, is this really the highest resolution, or is this the highest resolution they could upload? That's one of the worst things about the old internet. Like, you were locked to a certain resolution of uploading and bitrate. What was the issue with the router? It got fried.
You got a clogged drain?
Oh my god, why AI?
Get it.
So there's just too many electronic devices going on in the living room. Again, I'm supposed to be streaming in the living room, but because we haven't fixed the electricity, I've been just streaming in my bedroom. And it's really obnoxious. Anyway, I think that the electricity shorted briefly and killed the router specifically.
We handle a 300-mile unplanned road trip to the
Oh, electric vehicle believer? Cool. I'm getting... So, also, with the new router, I'm getting new ads. So, your ads are stored on your router, for the record. Goro! Mortal Kombat 4. 1998 was a really good year for games. Like, if you became a gamer in 1998, which I kind of technically did, you started being a gamer at a good time period. Any kind of gamer. NeoGamer usually uploads the highest quality possible. Looks like this is the average camera quality of 1988, probably not from a huge news outlet. Even Electric Playground had better quality than this. This looks like it was rando with VHS-C camera. That's what I was thinking. That's literally what I was like wondering. Like, it's interesting, like, I'll kind of demonstrate with this. Hold on, let me... Where's the thing? There it is. So if I shrink it down, like, this is probably like the level of this is probably like the actual resolution of the video that they uploaded, right? Actually, I can see the pixels. Right about here, probably 320. You think it's a 480? Maybe. It looks like it might be 320 to me, because I'm expecting them to, like, they just, like, are hoarding the data, so they're trying to record as much as possible. What is that? Link's tapping into this 90s guy. 90s Nick? Oh, are you going to make fun of me for saying that it was a good year for games? Hold on.
Remember the 90s?
Oh, there you go.
The 90s were so much better. Everything was better in the 90s.
I didn't say better. I was saying it was a good time to start.
Here is the 90s. If you don't remember,
I hate nostalgia.
You did not have a childhood. You were not a child. You retroactively did not exist. Remember Bobby's World? It was a good show. You're too young to remember.
I hated Bobby's World so much.
It's a good show. We had Nintendo 64. You don't. Things were better then. Now all is lost, including hope, which is dead. We had Nintendo games, bowling alleys, pizza parties, McDonald's.
Wait, how is it a pun? Could you explain it?
Skating rinks, ice cream, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Elmer's Glue, safety scissors, Tootsie Rolls, combos, swimming pools, O.J. Simpson, Green Day. We had Green Day. What do kids these days have? Nothing. The 90s are over. All that's left is despair. The day the 90s died, all joy died. This generation, they don't know. They don't know. Kids these days. This generation, they don't know. They missed out.
This is such a good video, because I completely agree with it. Oh, the 90s Nickelodeon is peak. Oh, okay. I see. I think my favorite... You know what? I still can't believe that I watched so much SpongeBob as a kid, and I've only seen the first 3 seasons. Like, I'm bewildered by that factoid. Like, I when I found out how disgusting SpongeBob became down the line, I feel like I just like betrayed myself for not like standing up for it when people said that it was a gross show. Sorry, hold on. Didn't we see this? Yes, we've seen it. Sorry. Jumbo's making fun of me for sounding like this. Neo Gamer killed everyone who recorded the footage of the E3 so they could have only the footage. Yes, this footage only. And different quality options, VHS would give you more record time, which would run the tape spool slower or faster. Interesting. I did not know it was a speed thing. Actually, you know what? I should have realized it was a speed thing. Isn't like acronymed with SP? I should have known that. When he said Bobby's World is a good show, it reminds me of how Mysterious Mr. Enter was saying that Braceface is superior show during Turning Red movie review. What the heck? Why are they bringing up Braceface? Do you guys have any memory of Bobby's World? This is a show that was like it's one of those shows that like was like on full, like when I watched Full House and I used to watch it and I couldn't identify the emotion until later. I was like, oh, this feeling I had was disgust. I had a very similar feeling with Bobby's World. I actually do not like this show. Amazon Prime? Interesting. There's the story. Oh, look at that bit rate. It's so...
Everybody knows that the place to find a place is a...
Jeff Goldblum, stay in the 90s. Also... Yeah, I don't care. Oh, edit videos using prompts, guys. So disgusting. I am so disgusted by the way AI is being used on us right now. This is such a stupid idea. Like what is this? This is so disgusting. Absolutely abhorrent. I'm just gonna hit the skip button now, even though I'm 7 seconds away. All I know is that Howie Mandel voiced Bobby. Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to skip forward so you guys can hear it. He also uploaded one time, I don't know if I should say this. He uploaded a gross image one time, and it might imply what he's into. I don't think I want to talk about it, never mind. Alright, let's hear Bobby talk.
How many of you haven't been to the dentist?
Come on, Bobby.
Feeling pretty small and alone, huh, Bobby?
Bobby, you can put your
Please,
hand
for the
down.
love of God, talk.
Oh, no. Time for another taunting song. It is.
I hate Bobby.
In the bowl, please.
Sorry.
I should have been more explicit in my instructions. That's how accidents happen.
Okay. Next time, be more explicit.
I'm done. Look at these 90s people. Look at this art style. It's not a bad art style. It's like a very specific style, though. You remember his voice sounding like that? Reminds you of that?
It kind of reminds me of that too. It's a kind of a, it's a Jordan Peele voice, but it's a little bit higher pitched voice.
I get it. It ain't making me laugh, but I get it.
Hold on.
I get it. It ain't making me laugh, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Bobby. Anyway, imagine if that was my real name, too. Ugh. Ah. Ooh, this is the ride! Wait, is there an wait, hold on. Okay. Everyone's leaving, apparently, and there's one guy coming down? Okay, I missed a few messages. From you, maybe? Alright, hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Let me scroll up and actually read carefully. If I could actually find my original chat box. There it is. Okay. Grok is okay. Who cares about Braceface? Oh yeah, we didn't show Braceface. Maybe we should show Braceface. This is Braceface. Not this guy. Close your legs. Yeah, I've heard of the oblongs. Oblongs. Da, da, da. Down in the valley, there is something or other that rhymes with name. Oblongs. Hold on, I'm gonna read a little bit of... It's got digital shading. Yeah. Is this... Wait, did it not have digital shading before? That was how they used to make things look HD, right? I actually didn't know Jeff Goldblum was in Black Ops 3. Saying Braceface is superior because it dealt with coming-of-age themes better, but the way he describes it, Turning Red sounds better. That's interesting. I haven't seen Turning Red yet. I kind of want to. By the way, Saber Spark has been disappointing me lately. He's been so centrist. Like, at this point, he's popular enough to have his own opinions, right? Come on. I like the show Angela Anaconda, actually. I actually liked it enough that I have it on my hard drive. I'm not a girl, so I don't know if Braceface was like a good girls show. I didn't watch Disney either, so I didn't really get to watch it. My sister watched Disney a lot, but mostly for Miley Cyrus or that show, is it Even Stevens? I don't know. Like how messed up everyone is in As Told by Ginger looks. Yeah, As Told by Ginger is pretty cool. But like, am I crazy? Is As Told by Ginger a like, this feels like a precursor to the show Big Mouth, and I'm pretty sure Big Mouth is extremely unpopular for how ugly the characters look. I don't know if I want to watch this one. This one might actually be a real song. No? They look like they could be puppets, don't they? They kind of remind me of that. Oh, what is that show? There's like a puppet show in Nickelodeon where they're like fast food service workers, and it's like disgusting. The show is completely disgusting. Isn't this the singer got attacked by Green Goblin at at the parade? I actually don't know. Mr. Meaty? It might be Mr. Meaty. Ah. Hello, Dusty. How goes it? So yeah, let me just memorize how those characters look. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Hey. There we go. Mr. Meaty. Yeah, don't these characters look like they belong? Sorry, Chris. By the way, this is kind of how I wore my visor at work, except I put my bang over the hat.
Don't get tired. Don't worry, Parker. Yeah.
Yeah, this show's pretty gross. My god, so many analytics. Yeah, he ripped out a parasite out of him with a fishing hook. But yeah. It is her! Okay, you have both citations.
Hey, Meta.
Did a Mario Party stream last night, and some hackers got into the lobby and were spamming bombs at the start before the race even started. What the heck?
throughout.
This is why I do things as neurotically as I can. You know, where I have people join my stream, like they have to be in the Discord, and then I have to review whether or not I trust them in the Discord. I give them trust privileges, and then they're able to see certain parts of the Discord server. That's definitely insane.
Welcome to Oscorp Industries.
Cool. Let's just watch her die. Where is she? I actually don't even know where it happens. I just believe Jumbo. The scene is entirely, it's like really funny because like it's like we see a bunch of people get killed. It's just like they're like worried about like how kids will see the Green Goblin if his mask is too realistic. She's in the very start? Okay. I'm crazy.
Welcome to Oscorp Industries.
That might be her singing actually.
Let's hear it for Macy Gray.
Show us her face. I think that's her singing for sure. There we go. That's all we needed. Your mods were on it, so they were in chat. I had lobby code posted. Had to hide it afterwards. So yeah, my encouragement for you is that you, when it comes to like for those kinds of codes, you make it so like I have in my Discord, if you join it, you're joined as the everyone group, and the everyone group I made it so they can only see the Discord, and that's it. But once I see that you joined, I can add you to guest, which means that you can see the Discord, but you can't see the password stuff. And then if you are in general community, I made it so that you are basically able to see like more and also interact. Like, I definitely encourage that kind of thing. You'll send it to me? Got it. Seems like you're getting targeted a lot. That's actually really messed up. Brexit, let me in. I feel like this guy did a terrible job filming this event. Exactly. Pick on the furry. Exactly. That's what they gotta do. Anything they can to make themselves feel good, I guess. It's really strange. Alright, wait, let me just go fast forward to the end of this. Alright, it didn't show up, so let's try this. Oh, whoa!
Smell like royalty all day.
Behind the scenes? I don't think I've ever seen this. Saw a thumbnail for a video essay called When the Villain is Right, and it's got Green Goblin. How is he right? He makes the point that people should toss aside Spider-Man the moment they don't need him anymore, which is a fair thing to worry about, but his solution is to kill a huge number of random people. Yeah, there's something weird going on there. Look guys, it's Wesker and Jill. I think, okay. I think she's 15 or 16 in this. Oh my god, the props. This is great. I've genuinely have never heard of this. Where did this come from? Eight years ago. No, don't go. Maybe you did. Although my reaction farm existed. Oh wait, maybe. Oh, that would. Okay, I'm gonna just point out. You remember, Chris, that one guy who said, you know, they made all the characters out of clay. That's how they made the Resident Evil characters. That person in your chat just spreading lies for some reason. I just want to point out this is definitely not clay, is it? Wait, is that motion capture? What the heck is that? Sorry, people say that teachers are wrong about Wikipedia not being to be trusted, but does that just feel like hindsight? Wasn't Wikipedia a developing site? It was kind of. They didn't really have like if you remember, they didn't have like a robust review system, and there were definitely posts that like said things like this person is half worm. Posted in Show and Tell, got it. Let me see what you're talking about. What the heck? Oh. That's a lot to say. Oh, interesting. So it looks like they're trying to help you, but also don't trust them. Also, it doesn't look like they're speaking fully. Like, they look like they translated this. That's interesting. So they might be telling you to block a specific friend code. That might be what they're trying to do to make you earn their trust. Just don't interact with them. If you don't know somebody, you should just not interact. Just like let the message rot in your inbox. Part with the Green Goblin goes impressive. Kicks Spider-Man through 3 tables is some impressive stunt work. Yes. Yeah, I know you didn't. I was just like what I'm saying is basically affirming what you're doing is the right thing. Like this person might be trying to. This reads in 2 different ways. 1, they want to help. 2, they're trying to make you rely on them for help, which is not what you should be doing. Like they're saying things like Nintendo's service is not always available, which is weird to say. Like, just, let it be a thing. I don't know. But yeah, you should, at the very least, blocking that friend code should be fine. But that's all I would suggest from that. It's actually funny that right after the spectacular stunt, it cuts to the worst looking CGI shot in the movie. Are you talking about the skeletons? 350? I don't know. Okay, hold on. 350.
Mommy!
Hold it right there! I surrender!
Oh boy.
Pausing it a little bit. This is why the cops are armed with like so much ammo. By the way, this is something I never noticed until I got an HD version of this movie. I didn't realize you could see his lips through his mask. I always thought it was just completely black. But that might have been the vibration, or the, not vibration, the quality of my TV at the time. And then, hey, oh god, yeah. I remember that looking bad. This is like Harry Potter on a broomstick bad. I don't understand why AI, like, not AI, the animation quality back in the day, like, had this weird inhuman look. It's like one guy worked on Harry Potter and this. Yeah, it looked bad even in blurry quality. Lee Fan was here, but I don't know if he's seen it. I know. I think he's wondering what I'm doing. He's asking me if I have games on my phone. I sadly did not. I was so exhausted after waking up from a nap that I couldn't decide which version of Nintendo subscription to get. I see. Spider-Man's run is really funny there. I think everyone's run is funny. He's running the safest way possible. There's a behind-the-scenes thing. I just kind of want to see more of it.
Around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission. No, I haven't found it yet.
Yeah. So, let me write down my personal security protocol. Hold on. With Discord, I suggest you see what I have right there. Admin, that's you. Moderators, that's the people you trust to do things when you're not around. VIP, those are people that you know you trust and will show them anything, like whatever you want. General, that's just like, those are the people that you kind of know and you like, they're kind of regulars. And then there's guests, which is like, you're like, I don't really trust them at all. They shouldn't be able to type in my chats, stuff like that. Like, and then no rank means you don't trust them at all because you just met them. What I would highly encourage you to do is set up a system like this in your Discord and try to give them privileges that you think make sense. Maybe talk to one of your moderators about setting this up too. Because like this level of trust, there's like, I personally have that level of trust. I'm a neurotic freak though. That level of trust can help a lot of ways to prevent things from happening, like hackers or spammers and such like that. It should make it so you can keep yourself set that up. Oh, you did get it set up? Okay, cool. Yeah, it makes a big difference online. I've had people join that were clear trolls, and once they realized that they couldn't do anything, they left like almost immediately after. The thing about trolls, the thing about griefers, the thing about scammers and schemers, they are impulsive creatures that need their fix ASAP. If there's any effort whatsoever required to do what they want to do, they will lose interest. Any pushback is enough of friction for them to stop. Yeah, they want instant gratification. They can't wait. They don't want to invest. That's why, again, like, you know how my YouTube videos, you could redeem to watch YouTube videos in my stream. Not every troll is going to want to stick around and wait that long to redeem a video. Like, that's insane. Like, you're expecting me to sit here for 7 hours? There's a guy who came in here who I know, I knew he was, like, going to troll me. He's like, oh my god, I had to sit here and watch your stream to redeem a video? Forget that. I'm done. I'm unfollowing. I'm like, thanks for the self-selection. You can find your own way out. You didn't, like, it's not an airport. You don't even need to announce your departure. So people will be willing to wait that time, but those are far and few. Exactly. You still have to be careful, but yeah. Yeah, get out then. Goodbye. Also, if they wait and don't say anything, they have enough points. That's a clear red flag. Exactly. Weirdly enough, though, hello, Mr. Bird. I don't know if he's still watching. He used to redeem me to play Super Monkey Ball. Like, you saw me play through Super Monkey Ball. He redeemed me to beat all of Super Monkey Ball 2 and then try a little bit of Super Monkey Ball 1. And that was it. Like, they never talk. They're still following. They were here last, like, they left my Discord server, but they like still follow and like do that. Like, it's weird. Like, I appreciate them for like wanting to see me play games. I'm a lurker too, but like that's very strange to me. Yeah, I didn't ask you to be here, so bye. Yeah, that was, by the way, that was their first message when they said that they didn't like that they had to wait to redeem YouTube videos. In general, by the way, there's two reasons behind me making people wait to redeem videos. One, it shows that they are investing in me. And I feel like it's a fair trade. And then two, it usually takes so long for them to redeem a video that if it is a video that's like malicious, that video is usually deleted by the time they earn those points. Usually if I have a reason for doing something, there's like several reasons behind it. I could also, just like never have YouTube videos. I also use a program called Chatterino that tells me like things like, hold on, let me just copy and paste this real quick. This is just for my example. So if I hover my mouse over this video I put in here, I can see that the video is 5 minutes and 17 seconds. It was uploaded April in 2018. It has 373,000 views with 987 comments. Like, these things let me know that this is a real video. Things like that. Also, early redemptions are like, say hi to me or drink some water, not video redemptions. Exactly. It's like, these are necessary things, and I feel so sorry for people that like get botted or scammed or like these, or trolled or griefed or whatever. Like, it's unfortunate. I kind of wish that Twitch had a better method of dealing with that, but also, if you're smart enough, you should be able to figure it out. I just feel sorry for like the 14-year-olds that are trying to be streamers for the first time.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in
Oh my god. Is this really the highest quality?
Reports of families
Wait, what? Wait, what?
By a bizarre murder cases have
okay, good. It's still low grade, right?
Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten.
Oh my god.
Bravo team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris. Look at that, it's in color.
It was Bravo team's
Look, it's Chris.
helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most
Okay,
of the
hold on.
Bravo team's helicopter. Nobody was.
Okay. Joseph looks so different in color. What the heck? Why is my brain perceiving him as a totally different actor?
in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
So this face that she's making, she's pouting. According to what I've heard behind the scenes, the girl who's playing Jill right here is pouting because she doesn't like being outside this late and in the cold. She doesn't like being here right now. She's pouting. She's making a pouting face. But it works for the scene, but that's what she's doing here, which is pretty funny to me. Again, she's like 15 or 16 there. Wesker looks insane live action, yes. It looks like his hair is gonna stab someone. Sound effects from Land Before Time. I love these old sound effects. He looks more cartoony than in the game. I agree. Josiah. Mosquitoes are around too, if I remember correctly. That's probably true. I could see that happening. I love this part, how he just kind of gives up. They're being chased by monsters. Oh, well. This is still an amazing scene. For a video game, this is awesome. This is quite the intro. They're not even playing, like, action music during this part. It's just, like, creepy ambience, and they're running and screaming. In the mansion, this front of the mansion looks horrifying. I love it.
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Jill, and myself. We don't know where Barry is.
I love this Power Rangers stuff.
Chris Redfield.
This part was censored in the US version, I think, the smoking. But he has a lighter.
Jill Valentine.
By the way, I don't care if you smoke or not, you should have a lighter on you, just to keep yourself safe. Like, keep yourself warm and whatnot. Maybe learn the fundamentals of keeping a fire.
Barry Burton.
Got a busy weekend? You've been arranging a lot to do every weekend. You won't miss much if it makes you feel better. I want to resume building up my computer. Do you have a lighter? Good. Look at that hair. You know what? Knowing what he looks like as an old man, now that he's older, it's funny because, like, I can totally see how that happened.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. There's more? There's beta footage? What the heck? I genuinely didn't know that. Okay, NeoGamer's a good website, or a good channel. What the heck? It's not a cool golden lighter, just a plastic bic. That's, you know, that's good enough. You can only see him how he was in Resident Evil 5. That's great. This is a really cool YouTube channel. I kind of want to... How many videos does it have? 3,000 videos. Wow. Some of them are 3 hours long. Oh, gameplay. Full gameplay videos. My god. A video? Okay, sure. You're probably going to just scam us now. You're probably not even actually Dusty. Yeah, I'm... Here, I'm going to tag you in the live chat, because that's where I'm tagging you right now. There. You can put it in the live chat so it makes it a little easier for you. I do think DC Douglas is a really good Wesker. I did not know that there was a PC version of Twisted Metal. What the heck? This is a really cool channel. I really like it. That's Pamela Anderson Game Boy Advance game? What the heck? Hey. Thanks for the subscription, I appreciate it. Alright, got the video. Angry Video Game Nerd versus Ernie from Nami's husband. Hi, Neo. Neo.
Grip, stability, precision. That's the essence of driving.
I got a new router, I'm getting new ads. Oh, except for this one. Hold on, we have to look at the digital girlfriend experience.
AI, get the ultimate companion for your playtime.
I noticed that the enemy jungle Rammus.
Confidence up.
So, notice they cut that out. They said knife out, confidence up. But they cut it so it only says confidence up. It's because the guy's using their handgun right here. And that knife out was them being late to reacting to what's on screen.
Wow, that overgrown tunnel looks spooky. Main weakness is that glowing pool. Yeah, squeeze through that gap.
This is so funny.
It leads deeper into the village.
By the way, I don't think Chair's in here. Chair has a little AI assistant that has this voice, I think. I think it's a free-to-use voice.
Choose from a wide range of characters and make every gaming moment more vibrant. Come and give it a try.
That's hilarious.
As long as there still exist more shitty games, I will continue to be the angry video game nerd.
Say, nerd.
Yes.
I just got out of the
It did have an avatar,
and,
yep.
Happened to notice you've been playing Last Ninja on NES, is that right, nerd?
Yes, that's right.
I also happen to notice you beat the game, huh?
I did.
Well, that's real swell, nerd. You know, I happen to notice something else. Something about that scoreboard, nerd.
What?
I noticed your score is above my score, nerd. Is that right?
It is.
Because I just wanted to check, nerd, and make sure my
I was gonna say his name's Ernie.
eyes are seeing correctly. Your name is on the top.
Correct.
So, that means you beat my high score, huh?
Yeah. That okay with you?
Absolutely, nerd. I think it's great you beat my score. I do. I really do. I bet that makes you feel real great about yourself. That you beat good old Ernie's score. Congratulations to you, nerd.
Thanks.
You know what I really like? How you beat my score twice. And the first time, you know what you wrote? Say it, nerd. What does that spell?
It says ass.
Ass. Is that what it says, nerd? Can you repeat that for me one more time?
Ass!
So if ass is higher than my name, nerd, that means I'm below ass, meaning I'm less than shit? Is that how I'm supposed to feel, nerd?
You know, Bert's score's higher than yours.
Fuck Bert! I already took care of him! You don't have to worry about that.
Look, just get out of here!
Oh, that's how it is, nerd? You just want to beat my high score and tell me to get the fuck out?
Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit!
Take that, bitch! Fuck you, motherfucker, you fucking piece of shit! I'll fucking kill you!
I'm gonna be honest with you. Given the fidelity of what's going on right here, I don't really think they needed strings to fling arms at Angry Video Game Nerd.
You wanna beat my score? Well, beat this, motherfucker!
Yeah, there you go.
You feel real good about yourself, huh? Well, how's this feel? No! Help me, Big Bird!
Is that a toast? It is.
Oh! You're one sick fuck, nerd!
Then he never named another video again. Sorry, what? Thought it was a visual anchor to make it more recognizable. Oh, wait, no, wait. The word yellow is colored red. Okay, I see. Sorry. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, what did you want to see with this Freddy Krueger thing? Just him standing in the dark? I hope this is accurate this time.
Be than a shitty ass fucking game.
My god, he looks like he's younger than me.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's check it out.
God! Oh, what the hell? No. No! You like
like Nintendo?
Oh, I have seen this.
Play shitty games?
No.
You fucking nerd. You wanna play some Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
No. No.
Or you wanna play my game, bitch? Ha ha ha!
This game's horrible.
Did not falsely accuse Freddy Krueger. True. So gentle. Very nice guy. He's been making videos since I think that hold on. He's still making stuff, right? Like, just like at a very significantly, not trying to insult him, but I also am being honest, a significantly lazier rate. Or method, even. Like, he's also re-uploading his footage, which is, in my opinion, lazy. I don't even know. This is just clips. Where's the actual channel? There he is. Yeah. He's even doing listicle videos. What the heck? And then he re-uploads. Like he's pretty much retired, I feel like. Oh, is that why he wears a hat now? I just realized that. He is, but not like back in the day. His family takes time. Yeah, I'm thinking it is a family thing. But yeah, listicle videos are like the easiest type of video you could possibly make. How is that an ad for a car?
Girl ultimate meal.
Instructions say leave on ledge.
Boop.
This might be
Why did they send two people to do a delivery?
strange thing to say for someone who still pays to go to the movies, but I'm kind of tired of going to the movies. Kind of. What ruined it for me wasn't stream. My old mattress used to have me waking up sore.
Oh yeah, he inserts a lot of ads now.
Now, it's a full-ass restaurant. Chicken tenders, pizza, loaded fries, mozzarella sticks.
He also sounds like he's trying not to wake up someone when he talks these days. It's really weird.
Yuck, like Baby Yoda pissed in a cup. Plus, half of these choices are always unavailable. The ones that are working are completely out of calibration, so your Coke tastes like flat seltzer.
A lot of it's like not him actually on screen. What is that? Is that his thumb? What is what is this forced perspective? What am I looking at there? I don't know what body part that is. Should I hide that from the stream? Why is it called listicle? I understand the list part. I actually don't know. I just know that's what it's called. Angry Joe being a streamer now makes sense. He's basically being his real self louder in his videos. Yeah, I agree. Angry Joe makes sense for that transition. Yeah, I don't know if this is appropriate. I'm just gonna...
Water with the memory of syrup. And they look like they run on...
What was going on?
Cartridges.
Still don't know.
Like printer ink. Printer ink? Whatever happened to the bag-in-box? I worked at a movie theater back...
What happened to the bag-in-box? It's still a thing. It's still a thing.
Where you were. Cool. Move on. Now, your name is Regal.
Like, he sounds like this is how, like... I can't believe how he talks these days. He just sounds like he doesn't really care. He just sounds like he's really quiet, man. I don't really understand. But also, I appreciate you too, Dusty. Thank you for jumping in. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for jumping in. I appreciate it. But this is not the energy that I'm going into for the Angry Video Game Nerd. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't really make sense. I don't quite understand. Like, it's very weird. It's almost like he's like, I don't need to do the thing anymore. I got my money. He's like, I'm just doing this to make sure I can afford my boat. What is this? Oh, right. I remember this series. Later episodes, he made a mask that, looks like, well, that makes sense. That tracks. I'm not surprised. Vampires. Loud startup sounds? How dare you? Is he the reason that we don't have cool startup sounds anymore? Yeah, he's very quiet considering he's a very quiet video game nerd. Click the vampires one. It's funny. All right, I believe you. Okay, I'm now seeing. I have seen the Pogs one. All right, what is the vampire one? 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Because of your teeth. They're good teeth to take care of, to have fangs.
Huh, the new alcohol-free...
Speaking of teeth, how dare you give me this ad?
Your mild Listerine. Smooth.
Go away.
You know what's bullshit?
Nope.
Vampires.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong. Vampires were an awesome concept. An unholy creature of the night that's dead but remains alive by feeding on the blood of the living. With an unstoppable, immortal villain like that, they need to have a weakness. An Achilles heel, if you will. But with all the stories over the generations, there's been too many ways to kill a vampire, or keep them from killing you. Of course, there's the classic wooden stake. You drive it through their heart, they die.
I'm pretty sure you just need to put them through Congress.
Then there's silver.
Oh yes, that's one of my new emotes.
The werewolf curse rubbed off. Silver's not as common with the vampire myth, but supposedly it still does the job. Whether a silver bullet or anything made of silver. So if you can stab them with something silver and something made of wood, then it could probably be made of anything. I don't know, has anyone ever tested anything else? You can also kill a vampire.
The wolf makes sense.
By severing their head. Now, I don't know anybody that would survive if their head was cut off. I guess anything that would normally kill a person would also kill a vampire.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure witches float when you try to drown them.
In fact, in the Dracula
because they're made of
novel,
wood.
The famous count is killed by knives. Fire, that's another one. If a vampire's trapped in a fire and burns to ashes, that's game over. Sunlight, that's classic. A vampire is as vulnerable as undeveloped film. Expose them to sunlight, they're useless. Then there's all the religious things. For example, a vampire's scared away if you show them a crucifix, or anything that's shaped like a cross, so it can even happen by accident. Holy water. Just because water's been blessed by a priest, they can't touch it. It burns them. By the way, who cares about holy water when you can also kill them with regular, plain-ass water?
Can you?
That's right, running water to be exact. So if they fall
What
in
example
a
is
river
that?
or try to take a shower or something, they're done for. A Bible, they can't touch that either. The hawthorn tree can also hurt a vampire because of its...
Let's find out. Hold on. This was uploaded in HD. Although 1080p 13 years ago? Ah! What the heck? No, go back. Why did that happen? 2012. I feel like you could upload it in 2012.
Water, that's right, running water to be exact. So if they fall in a river or try to take a shower...
Oh wait, his series existed before this, huh?
They're done for. A Bible, they can't touch that either. The hawthorn tree can also hurt a vampire because of its connection with the crown of thorns on Jesus Christ. So that's the religious stuff. Of course a vampire is an unholy being, so he's fended off by holy things. That makes sense at least. But where did the whole garlic thing come from? If you put garlic around your house, consider yourself safe. Vampires won't go near it.
Is that because maybe it wards off bugs?
I don't like asparagus, but you put asparagus in the room, I'm not going to run away.
Are you sure?
Wolfbane, another thing that should be reserved for the werewolf. That's what wolfbane means. It's a
Garlic?
werewolf repellent. But no, it keeps vampires away too. Mirrors, they don't cast a reflection. That's fine if you want to recognize them, but sometimes they...
Fun fact, about vampires and mirrors, the whole concept behind it is because mirrors used to be lined with silver, specifically. They don't do that anymore.
hate mirrors so much, it's another way to keep them out. Rice or
like the
seed.
Duke's shop inside of a Lady D's mansion has garlic hanging around. That is pretty nice. I like, Resident Evil 8 is so much fun.
This one is just fucking stupid.
Such a fun game.
Supposedly, if you spread rice or seeds around, they'll have to stop and count them all. So every vampire's like the Count from Sesame Street? How dysfunctional can any terror of the night be to have to count things?
Look, obsessive-compulsive disorder is a real problem.
Also, they have to sleep in their own native soil. That comes from the myth about them having to return to their own grave at night. So they can't travel far unless they have their coffin with them, filled with dirt. That's great. Want to load up your house with garlic, crucifixes, and wolf...
I think 8 is one of the better... it's really fun. Like, I don't Like, story-wise, it starts falling apart a little bit at the end, but mechanically, the game is just, like, a really fun game. The Mercenaries mode that you unlock is extremely enjoyable. Like I was just addicted to playing that off-stream just because it's a very fun experience. Just basically thinking of every story of vampires as canon at the same time. Yeah. Have you ever heard of have you seen the X-Files episode with vampires in it? There's a couple of them, but like there's one in particular that's really funny where it's like Mulder literally spills matches on the ground and the vampire has to actually count them, which is pretty funny.
Bane to keep out vampires?
I wonder where that myth comes from.
Not necessary. Just don't invite them in. That's right. A vampire can't enter your home unless you invite them.
Strange. Same for cops.
Is this supposed to be a blood-sucking horror or a cock-sucking pussy? If vampires were real, I wouldn't even be scared. I'd feel sorry for them. They can't go out in the day, they have to drink blood, they're killed by water and sunlight, two things that are as common could be.
Near blood? Or near dark? Interesting.
Dirt. Might as well be filled with
That is definitely a very, yeah. I have to say, that was probably one of the more creative insults that he's ever had for this whole thing. I've never heard of Near Dark, though. Yeah. It's an 80s movie. Okay, I'll look into that later. I'm setting up a side thing for myself to look into it later. Interesting. Oh, it's also a Western. Maybe I have heard of this. There's only a handful of Western horror movies like that. 3 of the actors from Alien 2. Aliens. You know, in Italy it's called Alien 2. I found this out while looking for a non-AI upscaled version of the Blu-ray version of Aliens. Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, and that woman. Got it. Interesting. Interessante. That looks like a fun video. Vasquez. Oh, I know Vasquez. Okay. Got it. What did I... There was something in the previous video that I saw that looked really cool. Hold on a second.
In Albany, we root for the home
What is
team
this?
because they're our
Check the
team
pic you
too.
posted. One moment.
And with over 5,000 Chase branches nationwide,
Oh yeah, there you go.
we're right beside you, Albany.
That
Chase,
works.
Make more of what's yours.
Boop. Alright, let me just get to the end of this. We've already watched this. Okay, did it not get shown here? Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to find a very specific... Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, maybe I don't want to see this. I was trying to remember what I wanted to see from this whole thing. This looked, this looks fun, but, like, for me, I'm not gonna watch this, I don't think. I just wanted to see what it was that I couldn't remember. Just gonna see a couple seconds.
The news brings more and more images of random violence, torture, and sexual aggression right into our living rooms. Violence and violent images permeate more and more aspects of our lives.
1993. They were complaining about video games in 1993.
I think it's time to draw the line.
Big babies.
I know that one place parents want us
Wait,
to
is
draw the
Lieberman still in the office? Hold on a second, I gotta find this out. If he is, my god, these guys live way too long. Hold on. Okay, no. Okay. He died in 2024, thank God.
The line is with violence in video games. The fact is that a new generation of video games crosses that line, containing the most horrible depictions of graphic violence and sex, including particularly violence against women. lot of you to see, but there's blood splattering every time.
That's all I'm gonna see for now. Hold on. Aside from unholiness, I always considered vampire lore through the lens of the Dracula novel, xenophobia, and misunderstanding of diseases work. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Insects, yeah. Here he looks old, no way he's in office. Yeah, he died in 2024, apparently. And I'm pretty sure I've heard complaints about Lieberman before, like when I started paying attention to politics, so... What is this?
You know what's bullshit?
Nope.
DVDs. I already talked about the excessive packaging and security stickers, but there's so much more wrong with them. With any TV series or movie sequel sold together, they're guaranteed to fuck it up.
So the ways that people used to talk about warding them off might be the way to fend off people with illness, fend off people and illnesses that they don't understand. Yeah, I've also, it's interesting, a lot of people have been trying to recontextualize a lot of anti-vampire stuff, or they're trying to recontextualize like Dracula as like a rich guy who's coming to a village to feed off of poor people. But I think your interpretation is much more accurate. People are just trying to like make it more topical, I think.
The first issue is the packaging. It seems like a game. How many boxes can we fit the DVDs inside?
Okay, he's complaining about physical media, and I just want to beat him up for it. At least you own it, man.
Really need all this? And second, this is the James Bond series. Why couldn't it start with the first movie and work its way to the end? Was there any reason to rearrange them in any order they please? A regular
that is a little
consumer
strange.
might not even be aware of the order. So here's what I do. Throw the boxes in the garbage and fix the DVDs in the right order. Now that's the way it should be. Besides, don't you like the convenience of grabbing a DVD off the shelf? When are you ever going to want to cover them up in boxes? Another thing that can be confusing about box sets is when not all the movies are owned by the same company. This is the Bruce Lee set. Would you believe there's no Enter the Dragon, but instead Game of Death 2?
Oh,
I mean, come on, he's not even in that movie except for stock footage. Even the DVD itself has the balls to claim it stars Bruce Lee. Everybody knows he never completed the first Game of Death. It's false advertising that
he didn't know. This was 17 years ago. If only he knew.
This very day. If you're buying a box set with intentions of owning all movies in that franchise, you need to have prior knowledge or do the research.
Yeah, the Game of Death
exactly
2 thing, yeah.
What you're getting. Box sets are bullshit. Here's another thing I hate. Those little snap things.
Okay, I don't like those snap-on things. Those are pretty weird.
What's the point? The DVD shuts fine just without those. Break them the fuck off.
That is very
like
weird.
Putting them on a CD jewel case or a book. You don't need them.
This guy listens to System of a Down. Somehow I feel like that doesn't make any sense.
I also hate how many versions of DVDs get released. We have the rated edition, unrated edition, special edition, ultimate edition, collector's edition. Knock it the hell off! But what pisses me off
I like that one.
the most is when there's a full screen and a widescreen edition. Unless you pay attention, you might be suckered into buying the full screen.
I want to point out, sometimes the full screen version is the better version. Because the full screen version sometimes, although, like, okay, in a lot of circumstances, the full screen version crops the image, right? So that it fits into the 4:3 aspect ratio. But fun fact for you, some of these movies are actually the open matte version of the movie, which is where it's the entire footage that the camera that they had could record. All of it on the screen at the same time, which is how you get some errors like seeing actors wearing sneakers and stuff like that. It's really interesting.
There's no reason the
Yeah, but unfortunately there's no distinction between full screen and open matte. You had to kind of like look into it.
Screen should even exist, and if it should, make it the other side, not its own DVD. It's bullshit. Now you want to talk about region coding? So
Will cause the error. It's not that it causes the error, it like makes you aware of it. So like here, let me give you a good example. So this is right here. So this is my screen. I can crop it like this, and then that would be a 4:3 aspect ratio. However, when you zoom out all the way, like you get to see more, including like a little bit of what video's next down here. Like Like, it's the difference between zooming in or zooming all the way out. Like, actually, this is an even better example. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. Alright. You guys get to see a little bit more of me today. So, fun fact for you guys about my screen. I have this cropped. This could be a version of full screen. Widescreen would let you see a specific wide version of this. Right? But the open map version would let you see all of my camera details that I have hidden off screen. So, like, you're basically seeing everything at this point. You can even see my stack of books that I have right here. So what I'm trying to say is, like, the open map version of a movie is sometimes portrayed as the full screen version. I feel really exposed right now showing you guys how my screen is. You can see my melatonin here. And my montelukast, or whatever it's called. Montelukast sodium. Links once your movie experience ruined by sneakers. Exactly. Terminator has an open map version. That's one of the reasons I'm aware of it. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's crop this again. I hope my explanation helped a little bit. Yeah, you got to see the full camera. Come on, you. BRB, I just explained everything to you. How dare you? And now I'm going to bring myself down. Moment. There we go.
What if I buy a perfectly legal DVD in
Yeah.
one part of the world?
Yeah, that's when I said I gotta move myself down. I was talking about that specifically.
Watch it somewhere else. What if I travel a lot?
What kind of temperature do you prefer in your home? I prefer 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
All these rules treat the customer like a fucking animal. Better keep your eye on those animals.
Oh, I
Put
just
up an
realized I'm a
electric
little
fence.
bit
Give
off
the
center.
dog a shock collar. They might be bad. Have you ever looked at all the tiny logos found on a DVD? Most of it's pretty useless information. But where's the runtime? That's what I'd like to know. It's not on the disc, not on the box, not on the individual DVD case, and not in the booklet. Gee, runtime? Why would I ever want to know that? How about if I have an appointment, or there's a show coming on, or I'm just planning to go to bed soon? I don't know. Is it such a taboo thing for me to know how long the movie...
My God, look at what he has under his TV. Oh, he's an Xbox fan? No wonder he's so messed up. Oh, whoa, light temperature. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood because I was skimming and also multitasking. I'm an idiot. Hold on. Something closer to this. I wonder if this would get people to watch my stream because they're like, what the heck is this blue person right there? I prefer harsh whites to be what keeps my room visible. We're gonna watch this like this for a little bit. People are gonna be like, what the heck happened? I'm like, I don't know. You're crazy.
is before I watch it.
Makes the white really stand out, doesn't it? Of my hair, the white hairs. Yeah, I like harsh blue hospital light. That is my favorite light.
DVDs seem to have them, but they're in such tiny print, they're so hard to find, and they're always in minutes. Just a minor complaint, but look, 153 minutes. Why can't it just say 2 hours, 33 minutes?
Can you not do the math?
Look, 153 minutes.
This seems anti-intellectual, Angry Video Game Nerd. Not that he's ever been on the favorite side of intellectualism.
Minutes. Why can't it just say 2 hours, 33 minutes? That's like if I say I'll see you in a week. I don't say I'll see you in 168 hours. The worst I've seen, sometimes if there's more than one
Yeah, welcome
movie,
back.
they just add the total runtime of all the movies. 325
That is pretty
minutes.
dumb.
That's beautiful.
That's
Maybe
dumb.
that'll come in handy if I'm planning to have a marathon. But the most inconvenient thing about DVDs is the menus. All I want to do is pop in the DVD, hit play, and watch the movie. But instead, you get all kinds of shit you don't want to watch. Trailers,
Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot that was a thing. I forgot. See the little cross out thing, like that you would pop in a DVD and like you would be forced to watch the ads. I forgot about that. That is disgusting. I can't stress enough. Ads are the bane of humanity.
But instead, you get all kinds of shit you don't want to watch. Trailers, logos. That would be fine if you could skip it. But no, you have to watch this bullshit every time you start the DVD. You find yourself pressing the menu button just hoping in vain that the menu appears.
That's so stupid.
But it doesn't. And sometimes, even worse, if you hit the menu button, it starts the logo all over again.
God.
That'll teach you. Sometimes they even put ads in the beginning.
TVs with the ads built in, yeah.
That's just a step away from having ads on your TV.
Friendly reminder that there is a patent out there that makes it so that in order to skip an ad, you have to say loudly the name of the product that is being displayed. McDonald's. I look blue, dabba-dee, dabba-die. That's
And
interesting.
I'm not talking about regular commercials. I mean, in addition to that, every time you turn on your TV, it plays 10 minutes of ads before it starts. Or how about even better? Let's put TV screens in elevators. Before the elevator can move, you have to watch some ads.
Okay, he actually described something that might actually happen. Shut up. Angry video game nerds, shut up.
We got him there. And if the DVD is a TV series, just please have a list of the episodes. Here, you go to pick an episode, wait for the animation, and then what is this? Every episode has their own screen with chapter selections. Who cares about chapters for a 20-minute TV show? So you have to go through all the screens, find the episode, move back up to the
This is pretty bad.
first chapter, and hit play.
I have a lot of DVDs, but I have very few of these issues.
DVDs, I don't care about any of this shit. I don't want to wait for logos and trailers. I don't even want to see clips of the movie I'm about to watch before the menu appears. Just put in the DVD, take me to the menu, that's it. With VHS, you had to rewind, sure, but at least there was nothing prohibiting you from fast-forwarding to the movie. And that's another thing I miss. You get that fuzzy line at the top, but isn't it better than that stuttering digital fast-forward we're so used to today? You get that awesome telephone dial sound.
God, he has no idea what he's complaining about.
Okay, that's just weird, but the best part, no matter where you stop, you can
People would be scared if the walls and elevators are glass.
always start the movie exactly where you left off. And DVDs fuck up way more than VHS. With analog tape, it deteriorates gradually. Worst scenario, it may get caught up in your VCR, but DVDs, once they start skipping, they're never the same.
Same for VHS?
It's like we're going forward in technology, but only making our lives bullshittier. And when the bullshit man says that's bullshit, that's bullshit.
Wow, that was quite a conclusionary ending thesis statement. Good job, nerd.
Get the membership that backs the future you are building. The Business Platinum Card from American Express.
Why do they keep selling me this ad?
2, 1, let's go live. We picked the good one. I told you I had the hot hand, guys.
His best stuff was the early Monster Madness videos. I believe you.
E3 is the year's biggest video game trade show.
This year, over 140 new PlayStation games went on display in Atlanta. We know you'd like to play these games yourself and see which ones are hot, but you're about to meet 4 industry pros who are actually paid to do this. Here's an exclusive look at some of their personal favorites.
Hi, I'm Mark Vitello.
Hi,
I'm
Mark.
Mike Foster. Chris Seoff.
Wait, is his name also Mike?
Hi, I'm Mark Vitello.
Oh, Mark. I'm an idiot.
I'm Mike Foster. Chris Seoffer.
And I'm Chris Cologne in the third-party evaluation department at Sony Computer
There are
Entertainment.
two Chris's, though.
PlayStation Underground has asked us to check out some of the hottest games at the show.
What was that body language? Sorry, what was that?
Sony Computer Entertainment. PlayStation Underground has asked us to check out some of the hottest games at the show.
Some of the hottest games. What was that?
So let's take a look.
I was posting those E3 videos because the streamer I follow used to cover E3 while his wife is a game dev and he was even on stage. That's cool. That's cool. Sounds like insider trading, though. Is there nepotism involved?
Konami booth, and my first pick for the show is Silent Hill from Konami.
You play this guy who's lost his daughter. You were driving into town involved in a car crash. When you wake up from the car crash, your daughter's disappeared. The only problem is, so is the rest of the town. You see fabulous lighting effect now. This works very well in the game to build tension. As you're exploring areas, you
This is such a cool intro to a video game.
see beyond the range of your light, which means the monsters are going to leap out at you and be almost on your toes before you see them. Look.
Also, I want to point out, notice the Z wobble that's happening. The screen is actually wobbling. This is actual hardware we're looking at.
For Silent Hill in a store near you this Christmas.
Some people act like the PlayStation never wobbled before.
Computer Entertainment America's booth, and my first pick is Spyro the Dragon.
Gave you nightmares. I played the demo as a kid, and I decided to never play it, and I didn't play it until I started streaming. It's a very good game.
This is Spyro the Dragon, developed by Insomniac Games and Universal Interactive Studios. It's a full free-roaming 3D action platform game. Some of the really cool things about this game is that it has these beautiful panoramic worlds, all 3D, with great 3D characters and animation.
And
As
it's
Spyro
3D.
the Dragon, you can flame, roll, glide,
In
fly.
3D.
So your goal in Spyro the Dragon is to go around and free all these crystal
Spyro is
dragons.
great.
We think it's going to be a great game, so look for it in September in a store near you.
My first pick of the show for hottest game has to be Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. Let's take a quick look at it.
One of our
What is with his body language? She played a game on stage, but beforehand, she had 3 other people who played the game in the room, 4 key cards. Practice in that room. So no one else was allowed in the room. The Xbox One console protected by guards with guns. Oh my god. That makes sense. Am I gonna play it? I think I have to play through the classic games. I think that's what I have to do. I have to play through the original ones if I'm gonna play through Spyro, because I've never actually played through all of them. I'm currently playing through Crash Bandicoot Twin Sanity. I'll probably move on to Spyro after that.
Greatest feature
Just to annoy Chris, who does not like that I'm playing so many platformers.
is that the whole world is streamed together. So you get this non-loading,
I also need to play this on
continuous
stream.
world where every level is just really super rich with detail because we're constantly bringing new data in. So it gives you this very immersive environment. As the game goes on, you acquire mechanics which make you explore more nooks and crannies of the world. So the game kind of blossoms from a hub.
You just created one of me screaming McDonald's. What do you mean by how do they work? It should be on my channel now. Like, it should be visible there if you save the thing.
Spoke kind of a model.
1998 was such a good year for video games.
Stab vampires through the heart and impale them. Suck souls to gain energy, like just did there. Check out our game Soul Reaver Christmas '98. Hope you love it.
Hope you love
We're here
it.
at Fox Interactive's booth. My next pick for the show is N2O.
Basically, we are pushing the PlayStation to the extreme in terms of lighting effects, morphing, 22 aliens, 15 weapons.
I need to
numerous
review
ways
all of
killing
the
enemies.
clips made on my
Every
channel.
time you kill
Jumbo made a lot of them because they never feel comfortable saying, "Could you say that again? I couldn't hear you."
a beast in these tunnels, it will release a burst of nitrous oxide, which your tunnel runner is powered
This game
by.
kind of
So
made me
the
motion
more you
sick
kill,
when I first
basically,
played
the
it.
faster you go. Obviously, another big feature is soundtrack. We have the Crystal Method that have produced 10 tracks for the game.
You used to make clips all the time. Like if you didn't like, you know how you just asked me what I just said. You used to not ask me what I said. You used to just make a clip to hear what I said, but you wouldn't delete the clip. The clip would just exist still. And the reason I know this is because all the clips of that you've made of me were me responding to something you said, and it seems as though it was slightly quiet, so maybe you didn't hear me. Can't see. Do I need to upload? I don't think so. I think you literally just use the Twitch app, you click the clip button, then you choose the time frame of the clip, and then you hit the save button when you're done.
Exclusive to our product. This Extreme Shooter is coming out middle of June, so look out for it. It's going to be really hot.
We're here at the Psygnosis booth for my next pick, Colony Wars Vengeance.
Look at that 90s hairstyle.
It's a space combat epic game, which takes what was great about the original game and does it even better second time around.
I wonder if Filler says does.
We've got feedback from the original game and really drew up a wish list of everything people would want in a sequel to the game.
Sequel in a game?
We've got a whole new number of new crafts. We got 50% new weapons. This isn't
50% new weapons.
just a straight shooter. We've got characterization in the game.
They gave you the
New
option.
mech creatures coming through.
Okay.
New bosses that you need to destroy. Colony Wars
That's a cool boss. I like that. I'll check if it's saved properly after this video.
coming out early November '98. And as far as we're concerned, and everybody else who's been to this stand,
I like her hair.
this is the must-buy game for Christmas.
Must buy game for Christmas.
Second pick for best game of the show is from Psygnosis, and it's ODT.
I'm presenting ODT, which is
Look
our
at that
new
soul patch.
3D action adventure game with a strong RPG part. You have the choice of choosing between 4 characters. Everything is based on a motion capture engine. You have 4 weapons, a lot of spells to launch. And of course, depending the way you live the adventure, you will accumulate some experience and you will be able to customize a lot of your character, improving weapons, constitution, spirit. You will be able to use a lot of the background, like this turret, for example, in order to clean very difficult areas. So the game is in beta now. It should be released near the end of the year, probably in November '98.
We're here in the Konami booth with the greatly
Twirly
anticipated
mustache.
Metal Gear Solid. This game definitely promises to live up to all the hype that was generated last year.
Probably the coolest game here at the show at E3. You play a character called Solid Snake. He's a genetically engineered super soldier with the
Wait, hey, spoiler. They didn't say that until the end.
aim of infiltrating an Alaskan base to stop nuclear missiles launching against the US. There's some great enemies in this game with telekinesis that are throwing
say it's
objects
good.
at you and shooting you at the same time. Plus, we are making some really cool usage of PlayStation hardware. The DualShock controller, for example. Every time
He
you
threw a
spot it
stun
or
grenade
shot,
at a sleeping guard.
it's going to vibrate. Plus, there's some other hidden things we can't tell you about right now. You'll be able to see Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation in stores this October.
What are the hidden
Keep
things
an eye
that he's
open
talking
for
about
it.
there?
Okay, we're here at the Atlas booth for my third pick of the show. It's called Brigandine, and it's a strategy RPG. Today we're checking out Brigandine, which is
Oh my god, it's Aaron Hansen.
in Japan. Some of the features will be that has 3D battle scenes, has 50 some hours of gameplay, has all the elements of strategy and RPG mixed into one, which makes it a really good game. It's like the best of both, where it's like a combination of ogre battle, tactics, ogre, Final Fantasy tactics, that type of genre, and a little bit of your traditional PC type simulation, whereas you control your armies, vast armies, go different kingdoms. This is going to be available in Christmas. You guys should all check
Christmas!
it out. It's a great game for hardcore RPG great gamers. It's like a dream come
It's just like a car salesman.
true. Another one of my favorite games this year at the show is Colin McRae Rally from Codemasters.
48 tracks, all unique, end-to-end, representing the whole of the world rally series. 12 different cars, including 12 classics.
My stepfather had a game called, I think it was Rallycross. I liked it because it felt like it was in the universe of Resident Evil.
Very intense physics model, built around the original Toka engine. There's rolls, there's crashes, there's deformation of the car and damage. You have to rebuild your car during the service stages, so it's as much a strategy element within the game as the handling, your own ability to drive the car. So it'll be in stores later in the summer.
So
You
many
check it
British
out.
people.
It's a great game, it's the best.
Cool.
That's it from E3. Those are some of the hottest games.
See you next year.
That's pretty cool. Let's check out what Zhao was saying. Hold on. Let's see if it actually saved properly. You might hear me talk for a little bit. I was fast enough. Yay. Alright, let's see. My channel. Clips. There it is, McDonald's. In order to skip an ad, you have to say loudly the name of the product that is being displayed. McDonald's! There you go. McDonald's! So horrible. What a horrible thing. Thank you, Zhao, for that. Alright, I think I have enough time for one more video. I wanna resume making my game. I'm making good progress, and I want to continue that progress. I made it so I can go split screen. I'm altering the camera angle a little bit, so you're not just so the camera's not just behind the character. I'm trying to make it so it's like over the shoulder a little bit, and I also want to make it so it pans left and right if you hit the right stick or something like that. So for now, let's just check out one more video. What is their most popular one here? Behind the scenes. I don't want to watch the last of us behind the scenes. More combat. This is a really good YouTube channel. I'm just going to subscribe to it now. This looks great. What a fantastic channel. That's so cool. Alright, let me look in the reaction farm actually. Friendly friend, would you like to make a desired video for me to see? I actually have seen the E3 2010 video. I watched that one on stream. I want to say that one is hilarious. Highlights from the bowel care seminar. Let's see. I don't know if you're interested, but the super neat animated Unearthed, super neat animated Unearthed in 2015, made by Sony. What is the video called? Animated movie. Okay, okay. Where would that be? Not Weekend Web. It's the Clipper Luna. Just be careful around 31, 30, or 50 because there's babies. Why should I be worried about babies? Are the babies like in their natural state, which is naked? Got it. I don't. Okay, so this is a full hour. I'm gonna watch a little bit of this. So we won't get there specifically. Let me just see. Just skip through it. Yeah. You mean skip through the babies part.
Everything is true in your dreams.
Yep. Oh, bit by bit, got it. Well, I'm gonna see how it introduces itself first, at the very least. I love found footage so much. And I mean actual found footage, not just like horror movie genre. Oh, you know, that sounds like a fun idea. I just realized, thinking about 007, it'd be cool to make a 007 style movie, but it's like found footage movie. And you could see like the perspective of civilians when they see a spy. My god, was this made frame by frame in Microsoft Paint? It's made on a Sony Animation C PC. Okay. Interesting. Actually, is there no context? I see that you provided context, entirely using 8-bit, produced by Sony, and then be careful around 30, 150.
Hunga Kihi Kihi, long distance call for you, Mr. Black Whale.
Hunga Kihi Kihi. Yes, this is Black Whale.
Go ahead, St. Petersburg. Mr. Blackwell, I've just found it, sir.
Well, are you sure it wasn't just another yellow bird again, Smith?
Yes, sir. It definitely is a 1935 Martin M130 flying boat.
Will it fly?
That's the problem, sir.
Anyway, I don't care what it takes. It's for the honor of PHA. Do it.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir, Mr. Blackwell.
Finally. I've got it. My dream is coming true.
Is that the voice actor for G? From House of Dead?
Ladies and gentlemen, we
Gentlemen.
present to you the most fantastic video graphics world. A world that is the hope of 2 million MSX computer fans. The fabulous, the wonderful, the one and only Ecosphere.
President found this VHS in a thrift store bin, went immense depth to find all the possible info on this movie. To anyone curious in VOD, here's the URL. That's awesome. I'm gonna probably look at that.
Flying Luna Clipper.
I like this a lot. This is actually really cool. I'm gonna archive this myself. Actually, wait. Might as well put this on here now. There we go. This is like a full feature. Oh my god, what the heck?
Edition by PHA. He has named it the Luna Clipper, the fantastic flying Dreamworld Theater. The Luna Clipper will fly to Papeete, Tahiti from Honolulu at night.
What am I even looking at?
It's a 200-inch wide TV screen.
It's an actual plane? I believe it.
Facilities.
It looks like a plane that I know about.
The only requirement for prospective passengers is that they must believe they are the greatest dreamers. Anyone with a fantastic dream can make an application to PHA, and only time will tell if this idea will ever fly.
It's amazing
And now
it's in
for the
English.
world weather forecast. First, from Asia. Tokyo will be a little bit cool tomorrow. Beijing will have isolated rain showers. Beautiful red leaves in Paris. And in Vienna, a nice day is expected. Please enjoy the sun. Still very hot.
Gosh.
Gonna be fine, Jose.
This kind of gives me vibes of the California Raisins.
Amiibo has another hit. Luna Clipper goods are a great success. Everywhere.
This is so cool.
Colorful Lunar Clipper badges, fashionable printed t-shirts, and beautiful
Before, if I recall correctly, the random characters were made by PC as short animations from SX Magazine, but then the CEO of ASCII decided that a movie should be made, so they all took existing characters and made a movie out of it. That's so cool. That's so cool.
Posters of the Luna Clipper are already sold out. Honolulu is really hopping with the Lunar Clipper boom. This boom has
Are these the great dream guests?
Oh, God.
Welcome aboard. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to have you aboard this maiden flight of
This feels
Pan
ominous.
Airways Luna Clipper. My name is Grace. I'll be your chief attendant for the flight. I'd like to demonstrate for you some of the safety features of the Luna Clipper. As you can see, oxygen masks will drop down from above you in the unlikely case of an emergency. Please pull the mask strap over your head like this and breathe normally. As you saw, they finally reached the unknown island and named it Hawaii, after Hawaii, where they'd lived.
Although mood never existed, it is my belief that there been a new culture sphere in the Pacific Ocean area, and also people in the island surely use Harose as the symbol of the four creative Paugias.
This is so insane.
The influence of Harose has been spread by the great voyagers 1,500 years ago.
This is, in fact, something that makes me feel like somebody was on drugs when they made this.
Prefecture, which is located on Japan's
There's this animation again.
Oh, what?
Hmm.
Oh.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. Is this? What?
I'm really impressed with this. I'm definitely downloading this after I'm done streaming.
Hey, mister. We're gonna fly now.
This is awesome. What a surreal experience. And I kind of wish I saw the whole thing, but like that looks great. Alright, I am gonna rate out no though. That was so cool though. I'm really interested in seeing more of that at some point. Thank you very much. I gotta work on my video game idea that I have, and I'm gonna do my best to try to make it functional, more functional than it currently is. We got Pudgycat playing Tekken. We got Infinite playing Just Chatting. He's watching season 3 of Reboot. Then we have Gamer playing Wizardry. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna rate out to Infinite, because watching Reboot feels a little bit in line with the insanity we saw today. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much for your conversation and coming your time. I'll be back on tomorrow which is Sunday, for a little bit more of this kind of like loose hanging out stream where I gotta also focus on my work at the same time. I appreciate you. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
It's not enough time that I need to that we can watch like an episode or something. So I don't know. Let's just hang out for a second. How y'all doing?
This right here, Domino's new slice sauce. It's the perfect pairing for your pizza. Whether you dip it, dunk it, or do